Division I college basketball fans throughout the Valley. As the Lopes at 16-9, 5-3 in conference play, welcome in New Mexico State Aggies. They're riding a 22-3 record. I am Kate Longworth. Thank you so much for joining us for this big game tonight on 3TV. Tim Ring joining us as we welcome in the viewers from 3TV. And I'll tell you what, if you're going to pick a game to be a part of, this is the one.
Yeah, we could not ask for a better game, regular season game, to conclude our 3TV coverage of GCU basketball this year. Look, Kate, there's no question New Mexico State is the King Kong of the WAC. They've won 34 of their last 37 games, but let me tell you something. The roof is about to explode and blow off GCU Arena tonight. It is sold out. It is packed. No lie, I actually saw fans and their young children putting in earplugs
I think we're going to need some by the time tip-off rolls around for sure.
Right, just about a half hour ago, I mean, the place was starting to fill up. And look, you know what? Yeah, GCU beat this team here last year, and suddenly the WAC regular season title, the door is cracked open. New Mexico State gets upset on Thursday, and with a win tonight here, GCU, they kind of push that door open a little bit more, and they have an outside chance at catching the Aggies.
Yeah, the Aggies were winners of 20 straight heading into that game Thursday at CSU Bakersfield. CSU Bakersfield comes out on top, but as you mentioned, this team here, the Lopes, they are trying to establish that they are going to be one of the powerhouses to compete with in the WAC for the future and for right now. And they started establishing themselves last year with a big upset win over the Aggies, and afterwards, everyone, including Dan Marley, rushed the court. It was a moment we don't want to forget. It was a good one, and the players certainly remember.
It's going to be fun. I don't think anyone... Oscar was here for his visit for New Mexico State, so he saw that, but you can't really... you don't really realize until you're actually on the court and seeing it. Like, you try and think about it, but nothing can ever replace what they do here, so it's going to be fun, I know that.
Oh man, it was something I've never been a part of. It was ridiculous. Couldn't hear. We got back-to-back blocks, and then Josh blocked that 7'3" guy, and it was just the loudest thing I've ever heard in my life. But it was ridiculous. But I really can't wait to see what it looks like.
Yeah, you know, GCU is already in the midst of a good season. Kate, could be better, but a win tonight, and they really open the door for a potential great season here in WAC play. Let's get you over to the men who will call the action tonight. Barry Butel in the tie heel, Scotty Williams.
All right, guys, thank you so much. Doesn't get much better than this. A conference battle against the, as you mentioned, the King Kong, New Mexico
I love
State.
that King Kong. That's great.
They've been knocking people off for the last 3 seasons, 34-3. Very impressive, and Paul Weir doing a great job in his first year as head coach.
He really is. He's doing a fantastic job. You know, 20-game win streak this season, up over 22 games again for the 6th time in the last 8 years. So they're, you know, they lose their coach, but they haven't missed a beat.
That's right. Well, the Lopes, they aren't missing a beat in their Thursday matchup against UTRGV. 4 players in double figures, 76-57 the final score.
Yeah, Dwayne Russell again goes 39 minutes. He was fantastic in that basketball game. Keontae Vernon bounces back from a subpar performance, goes for a double-double.
Take a look now at the WAC standings up to the minute. The Aggies still on top, 8-1. Their first conference loss came against Bakersfield, who is now 7-1, the defending champs.
Yeah, Bakersfield smashed them around down there and out there in California. They had a nice run in the half, and they kept that momentum going into the second half of that basketball game to win it running away.
How about the Lopes, though, and Keontae Vernon, his 7th double-double of the season against UTRGV.
He was absolutely fantastic. He used a combination of athleticism and strength in this basketball game. 18 points, you mentioned the 11 rebounds, just doing a lot of work around the basket. His 7th double-double of the season. They're going to need some big play out of him once again tonight, especially on the glass against that big Aggie lineup.
It was just about a year ago, Keontae Vernon and the Lopes, as you see it, the double-double, 18 points and 12 rebounds, 7-11 from the field. As I mentioned, it was just about a year ago. They snapped a 14-game winning streak against these Aggies. This place was rocking, as it will be tonight. As they closed things out, Aggies played it tough, but they finished up 79-75. huge victory. Everybody storming the court. Keontae Vernon, hugs all around for the players. Look at him. And who got into the middle of it but the head coach as well.
I have no idea what you just said. Unbelievable, right? Our guys thought it couldn't be more proud. Josh has been sick. To come back and have that performance, everybody, hard work. Couldn't be proud. A great student section. Woo!
All over his face. The emotions are there as he
You could
celebrates
tell
with his
Dan
team
Harley
and, of
was
course,
pumped up.
There's pure joy in his face, wasn't there?
Perhaps to this point, obviously the biggest victory for the Lopes to date.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, you want to establish a rivalry. Well, you got to beat the team that you're chasing as the class of the WAC. They had been getting smashed by an average of about 20 points a game prior to pulling off that victory. So now they got one in their belt, looking to get another one tonight.
Well, this matchup between the Aggies has been very difficult. Earlier this year, the Lopes fell to New Mexico State, where they haven't been able to pick up a victory to date. So these two teams battling it out. As we mentioned, the Aggies still on top of the conference, and boy, are they a formidable foe here tonight.
Yeah, the Aggie Army, they come in, they throw 5 players with double figures in scoring. They can beat you in a lot of different ways, especially Ian Baker.
Wow, yeah, Ian Baker does it all. You saw him here a year ago draining those 3-pointers. Here's a guy that leads the team in points, assists, steals, free throw percentage. Go down the list.
He just stuffs that stat sheet. He goes 6 feet, 190 pounds, constant motion out there, can shoot it all the way out to the NBA 3-point range.
Well, the Lopes no doubt will have their eyes all over Ian Baker, as well as the rest of the Aggies as they try to knock him off again for the 2nd consecutive season. Tim, Kate, we'll send it back over to you.
All right, guys. Hey, Scott, real quick, I want to ask you. Kate alluded to this earlier, and I think she's right. You know, the conference championship this year might be a bit of a long shot, but I think it's important for GCU going forward. In a perfect world, you want to battle this Aggie team every year for conference supremacy and a berth in the NCAA tournament. But it's only a rivalry if both teams prove they're capable of winning every time they take the floor. Yeah, GCU won last year. They need to show this Aggie program they're capable of winning every year.
You're absolutely right, Tim, and they got to get it done. I mean, they didn't get it done on the road at New Mexico State, so you got to defend your home turf. And that this is a big one for Coach Dan Marley and his troops, but they got to remember how they did it last year. They were down at the half, and they came back and did it with defense and playing together, being a unit, not splintering. That's what it's going to take tonight, a total team effort.
Well, we saw what they could do last year here, and although they didn't take the win at New Mexico State, they have the Havocs and the Whiteout crowd on their side tonight. We've got an exciting pregame continuing to come your way. Right after this, Tim sits down with Dan Marley for tonight's game plan against the Aggies. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Student here at Grand Canyon University studying hospitality management. My hospitality courses here are giving me a high quality education from professors that I know have been successful. Being able to work while I'm in school has enriched my college experience. I feel like I know where I'm going and what I want to do. I've gone through things that can't necessarily be taught, and so that paired with everything that GCU is doing for me, I feel like, you know, is setting me up for success. To have someone say, like, I want you, that's like a lot for someone like me. They're changing people's lives. By changing my life, now you changed my little brothers and sisters because they saw that I went to college. It'll just be, you know, my greatest accomplishment, not just because it's a diploma, but because, you know, I did what no one really thought I could do. When they say, find your purpose, they mean it.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Only 2 more home regular season games after tonight. Be sure to get your GCU men's basketball tickets now. Get great WAC conference tickets are still available for the Chicago State game on the 23rd and the final home game of the regular season on the 25th with UMKC. And remember, the GCU Arena is a great place to bring the entire family. Reserve your tickets now by contacting the GCU box office at 602-639-8979 or by going to lopestickets.com. We are back and a soon-to-be sold-out and rocking GCU Arena. It's a whiteout tonight, everybody. You got your white suit?
Whiteout.
You got your white suit like Patino?
No, I wish I would have. I thought a white tuxedo with the purple tie and purple shoes, but
just like
couldn't
the one
pull it off.
like the one you wore to prom in 84?
That's right, yeah.
Okay. Hey, listen.
83.
83, okay.
Close, though. Good guess.
Not bad, Rokes. I'm not too far behind you. Hey, listen, we'll get to New Mexico State in a bit. They lost the other night. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I'll get your opinion on that. But your club, you were kind of outspoken in the paper a little bit. You weren't happy with any aspects of the program, including yourself. Did you get back on the right track Thursday?
Well, I'm happy with the program. I'm happy with our players. I felt like we got a little soft because of injuries. You get a little shell shock when 3 of your best players go down at the beginning of the year and you don't have any players and you want to save their legs. And the problem is we weren't playing hard during games. We weren't playing hard during practice. So it leaves you feeling like a bad feeling. So I wanted to make sure we played. One place I can control where we play hard is in practice. So we got back to our roots, playing extremely hard in practice. And I think that energized our guys, and we got back to the way we played, and we had a better game against UTRGV. So we just got to get back to our mantra, our roots, and that's playing hard.
I thought you guys really defended the three-point line well in that game. Now, Keontae Vernon put up some highlight play dunks in the game, but I think more importantly to his head coach, he had 12 rebounds.
Yeah, Keontae's, first of all, he's got to stay on the floor. When he stays on the floor, no foul trouble, he played 38 minutes. He's a heck of an athlete. He gets to the basket. He can fly around. He's a good defender, and we need him on the floor. Against Bakersfield, he had, fell out in 14 minutes, and that hurt. So he's able to stay on the floor here, and he's hard to deal with because he's 6'6". He's about 240 pounds, very quick, as you see, very athletic. So he does a great job for us.
If you watch that highlight package closely, he should be carrying Russell's books to class.
Yes.
All week. Now,
yes.
Dwayne Russell, he had some turnover issues recently, but I thought he played a solid game as well on Thursday night. And let's be honest, if you guys are going to play at a high level, he has to play at a high level.
Both him and Josh, our best players have to play well. And Dwayne didn't play well at Bakersfield. He had a better game against UTRGV. He's got to know when to shoot. He's got to know when to dish the ball to other players, and he can't turn the ball over, as you referenced, and he's done a better job of that. He was really good at the beginning of the year of that, and he kind of got away from it. And he's getting so many double teams and people are around him that he has to be able to get through it and make better passes. But Dwayne's just a warrior, and that was Peoria night. People on the west side love him. We love him, so it's good to see he played well.
The way the season has gone, you mentioned it, you need bodies. You need some guys you can throw out there and you can trust. Redshirt freshman Kenzo Nudo out of Chaparral, 10 points off the bench on Thursday.
Kenzo's feeling his way through. I mean, he came off an Achilles tear back in 4 months, which is unheard of. So we knew it was going to take some time, and I wouldn't expect anything from them this year. So when he gets in there, he's starting to feel better. He's getting in game shape. He's getting his shot down. He's getting a little bit more explosive. So he's just got to continue to feel the game out. The pace of play for him is really fast now, but he's doing a good job.
Well, Dan, this game tonight, now, I mean, the WAC race, I don't know if the door's wide open, but at least it's cracked. Thanks to what Bakersfield was able to do the other night with this New Mexico State team, and that's beat them by a wide margin.
Yeah, we lost some games we shouldn't have lost, especially here at home. So we have to take care of business tonight, and that'll get us back into the conversation. We played Bakersfield at their place last game. We got a long way to go before that. We got to win the rest of our games. But this is going to be a rivalry game no matter what. Whether New Mexico State lost or not, they'd come in here hot, and they're going to be a little upset after losing that game, and they know what's at stake. They saw this last year. We had a blackout last year. Tonight's a whiteout. So they're going to be ready for this game.
Let's talk a little bit about last year. I know it was a big moment for the program. I mean, your emotion after the game with the fans, Kate Longworth, the famous woo game with you. That was something special. And I don't know if you can ever recreate that in the years following, but that night was really incredible.
It was incredible, and I don't think we'll do this again until we win a WAC championship. Mm-hmm. I mean, we hadn't beaten New Mexico State since I've been here. We hadn't come within 20 of New Mexico State, and we had a great year last year. And for us to protect our home floor, to get that win, that was just a milestone. It was like a stepping stone of breaking through that wall and be able to beat this team, and now we go forward. So hopefully the next time we see a celebration like that is we win the WAC and we're going to the tournament.
Yeah, and that could happen as early as next season. Real quick, Pascal Siakam the last couple of years, what a great player for him, for New Mexico State. He's in the NBA. But you go from kind of focusing on one superstar, but now you got 5 guys that can kill you.
They really can. They got a really balanced team led by Ian Baker, who's a senior, has been there a long time, can really shoot. And then they surround themselves with a bunch of athletes, not the NBA players that Pascal was, but they fly around. They really hurt us on the boards in New Mexico State. We played well down there, couldn't make free throws, made a lot of shots, but the rebounds really hurt us. So we're going to have to do a good job of matching their physicality and their athleticism.
All right, Dan Marley, good luck tonight against New Mexico State. Appreciate
it's a whiteout.
Your time. It's a whiteout, baby. It's a whiteout. All right, everybody, the GCU men's and women's tennis programs are in good hands under the guidance of head coach Greg Prudhomme. We'll preview the spring season, prospects of both squads when we come back. You're watching GCU men's basketball on 3TV.
Grand Canyon University proudly unveils the new GCU golf course, featuring over 7,200 yards of expansive tees and tree-lined fairways, signature par 3s, greenside bunkers, premium greens, and a brand new clubhouse and restaurant. Experience a university championship golf course with affordable rates right in the heart of Phoenix. Book your tee times at gcugolf.com.
Hey Phoenix, it's Thunder Dan Marley, head coach at Grand Canyon University. Coming to GCU was a great move for me. Join Antelope Nation by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors in small classroom settings where you can get the support you need to excel. Scholarships available. See you on campus. Go Lopes.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening.
All right, we are about 16 minutes from tip-off, but the GCU Arena is already white hot. Literally, it's a whiteout. Sellout crowd tonight as GCU tries to upset New Mexico State. The Aggies come in tonight with a record of 22-3. They are 8-1 in the WAC this season. Something to watch tonight, the GCU dynamic backcourt of Josh Braun and Dwayne Russell against a much bigger and stronger front line of New Mexico State. More on the game coming up in just a bit, but right now the pregame show continues with Kate Longworth, high above GCU Arena. Kate.
All right, thank you, Tim. Well, we'll be talking a lot of basketball tonight, but there's a lot of other stellar athletic programs happening here on the GCU campus. And head coach Greg Prudhomme has the tennis programs here at GCU heading in the right direction. The men's program last year claimed the WAC title, and the women finished second. And so the reigning WAC Coach of the Year has high expectations for both squads once again this season.
We're hoping to finish right at the top of the conference with both programs. I've got a good staff that works for me, put a lot of hard work into the players, and they respond, and it's just a real team effort. We want to make the university proud and our athletic program proud, but at the same time, we want our athletes to leave Grand Canyon with more than just a title. The fact that we're trying to teach them life skills and give them tools that they can be successful beyond the tennis court is what has helped them really grow as a program. Since we've moved to Division I, we've been at the top or near the top with both men's and women's teams, and we have a lot of experience this year on our women's team with 3 seniors, junior right under that, and they've just been playing well for many years running. Having these girls that have been with the program for 3-4 years, they just know what it takes. So when they're out there on a daily basis training, they can be very specific with their training and know what's going to be successful on the court, and same with the men. On the men's team, we are coming off that conference win. We could have 5 of our 6 starters as freshmen or sophomore going into the season. We could also have a lot of experience playing as well. So we have the talent to win on the men's side as well, but we at least want to be in the top 2. Adrian bleeds purple. This guy's got so much spirit on the court, and he'll finish matches sweating and bleeding, and again, that's part of the culture that we want to create. You can't always rely on talent when you're an athlete competing at a high level. So we are trying to get these student athletes to bring more than just that, and so the passion that those two with Raj and Adrian, it rubs off on the others. We brought in some players that have a lot of passion, and the ones that can improve on it, they've got great examples to look left and right on a daily basis to see what they need. I really do expect everybody to step up. I know they will. The new guys that we brought in this year, they're here for a reason, and it's because we know they're great kids and we know they can play.
And the men's team had won 5 straight heading into today's match against Utah State in Tucson. Meanwhile, the women, led by Coach Prudhomme's daughter Tatum, will host Western New Mexico this Wednesday and Nevada Reno on Friday. We wish them the best of luck, but We're also talking a little basketball tonight. You might have heard about this huge matchup heading out on the court right behind us. It's a whiteout tonight at GCU Arena as the Lopes prep for the Aggies. Plus a little baseball talk as well here on the Lopes pregame show. We'll talk about what the GCU baseball team is up to, and we've got a special Diamondback star in the house. That's all right after this when the Lopes pregame show continues here on 3TV. Don't go anywhere.
I'm Dominique. I'm a student here at Grand Canyon University studying hospitality management. My hospitality courses here are giving me a high-quality education from professors that I know have been successful. Being able to work while I'm in school has enriched my college experience. I feel like I know where I'm going and what I want to do. I've gone through things that can't necessarily be taught, and so that paired with everything that GCU is doing for me, I feel like, is setting me up for success. To have someone say, like, I want you, that's like a lot for someone like me. They're changing people's lives. By changing my life, now you change my little brothers and sisters because they saw that I went to college. It'll just be, my greatest accomplishment, not just because it's a diploma, but because, I did what no one really thought I could do. When they say, find your purpose, they mean it.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Well, if you got your iPad in your hand, your phone, or your laptop right next to you, I'm talking to you because we want you to be a part of our broadcast tonight. Find us on Twitter and Instagram using the hashtag LopesRising. It's a big game here in GCU Arena. You're going to be following all the action live here on 3TV, and we want your tweets to be scrolling on the bottom of the screen so you can be a part of our broadcast tonight. Because a whiteout is the way to go for tonight. The crowd in the house ready to go.
No doubt about it, Kate. Welcome back to the pregame show. We're going to take a quick break from basketball for just a minute. You might not recognize the guy in between us right here, but he's the newest member of the Arizona Diamondbacks, Taiwan Walker, coming over in a trade from the Mariners in the offseason.
And I know coming over here, you're familiar with the Diamondbacks, but what are you anticipating, especially when you look at this rotation?
Well, the rotation is really good. Everyone's young. Shelby Miller, Zach Greinke's on the team, Patrick Corbin. There's a lot of guys on there. But just overall, the whole team is young. Last year it wasn't a great season, but, they had some key players hurt. And everyone's healthy this year. So, I'm real excited to be with the Diamondbacks. I think it's going to be a good season for us.
Hey, Tom, what's it like when you come into a new clubhouse? You come over to a team in a trade. You might not be familiar personally with the guys and the coaches. The Diamondbacks have had a complete staff overhaul anyway. So you can report in about 48 hours. What are your emotions? What's going through your mind?
The biggest thing is learning new names. I've been with the Mariners for a long time, so I kind of know everyone, and everyone new who comes in. It's like one or two players, but now I have to learn, 30 new people, coaches and players. So, but it's exciting. Everyone's been real welcoming. The first day I showed up, everyone was really, really cool, and everyone came up to me, introduced themselves. So I think that's the biggest thing, just really learning the names.
Yeah, like you said, I think so many players talk about those first days of spring training like being like the first days of school, getting acclimated, and then there's a couple weeks of practice, and then you just can't wait to face off against some people in a different uniform. Yeah. When you look at the spring training schedule, any games that stand out to you, how eager do you think you'll be to just get on the mound for that first time in the Diamondbacks uniform?
Yeah, I mean, just the first bullpen, it's real exciting, but going out there for the first game, it's going to be real fun. Just, new team, new staff, new manager, pretty much new everything for me. So I look forward to it. I know there's a big game coming up on the 22nd, so that should be a fun one too.
Yeah, that'll be against GCU. I know the Lopes are looking forward to that. And for you'll be going up against a familiar face. You have a relationship with pitching coach here for GCU, Rich Dorman. Take me through that and how you guys go back.
Yeah, so 2011, he was my pitching coach, and that was kind of my first full year of professional baseball, and we had some good times. He's real competitive, and he was definitely a lot younger then, so he could kind of keep up with me. I was 18 years old, but I personally, to myself, I think he's one of the biggest reasons why I got to the big leagues so fast and why I have so much success. And that's why I really keep in touch with him throughout the whole year, and just throughout my whole career, because he's always been there for me.
Diamondback fans, I got good news. You can't tell we're sitting down. I told him that's a big man right here. He's got some size. Hey, what do you think of this atmosphere? Are you a college basketball fan at all?
I like basketball, period. Basketball was always my favorite sport, but, this atmosphere right here is crazy, Right when I walked in, I couldn't hear anyone. It's so loud, and right now, it's real electric right now.
Cactus League games, as you know, not exactly quite like this, but still pretty good.
Yeah, so it's funny because, playing in Peoria, we get some fans, but every time I pitched in Salt River Field, it's packed. The lawn is packed. There's so many people there, and it's so crazy to see.
The Cub fans are already here as well. My goodness.
Yeah, and it's going to be exciting for you, I think, too, spring training this year, because now you're the home team at spring training. And just look out on the 22nd, because this Havoc's crew, they travel pretty well. So with the GCU,
I do hope they show up. It's going to be a good time. I really hope I get to pitch, just so I can go out there. If I pitch good, maybe get some crap to Dorman, and I kind of just see how that goes.
All right, that sounds good.
Pitchers and catchers report, as I mentioned, on Monday. They'll be on the field for their first workout on Tuesday. That one, good luck, man, and welcome to town. All right.
No pressure, but we expect big things, all right?
Just win 20, all right?
All right, well, we have set the stage for the baseball scene, but how about tonight, the purple pregame party, or should we call it a white pregame party tonight on this whiteout here at GCU Arena. Plenty more basketball talk coming your way right after this as the Lopes pregame show continues on 3 TV.
Grand Canyon University proudly unveils the new GCU golf course, featuring over 7,200 yards of expansive tees and tree-lined fairways, signature par 3s, greenside bunkers, premium greens, and a brand new clubhouse and restaurant. Experience a University Championship golf course with affordable rates right in the heart of Phoenix. Book your tee times at gcugolf.com.
Hey Phoenix, it's Thunder Dan Marley, head coach at Grand Canyon University. Coming to GCU was a great move for me. Join Antelope Nation by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors in small classroom settings where you can get the support you need to excel. Scholarships available. See you on campus. Go Lopes.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening.
Welcome back to the Lopes pregame show here on 3 TV. I'm Kate Long. We're joined by Tim Ring, counting you down to tip-off. And as we get ready for action, we've been talking a little bit about baseball and just the whole athletic scene here at GCU. Obviously, a fired-up crowd behind us, rightfully so.
Oh my, yes.
And
if you were not here for the beginning of the pregame show, the fans, no lie, have earplugs in.
Yes, for sure. And there's a reason why. It's a tight race in the WAC when it comes to basketball. But how about baseball? The preseason coaches poll release. And you'll see right there, GCU coming in at 4th, going out there. They're going to try and play spoilers. Aggies also appearing in there at 2nd. And we know tonight, Aggies, well, they are the enemy as the basketball team looking for a little bit of an upset tonight as well.
All right, yeah, Kate, real quick, around the WAC scores right now, Utah Valley took on Chicago State today. Utah Valley, a big winner over the Cougars. And we've got a halftime score, UMKC right now, leading Seattle big by 16 points. Rio Grande Valley is at Bakersfield later tonight. And on the women's side, GCU on the road at New Mexico State Sunday. That game tips at 2 o'clock. All right, real quick around the NCAA. Kate, in the final seconds here for the pregame show. Before we get to the Lopes, I can tell you that Gonzaga, big test tonight against St. Mary's. Villanova, a winner in their game tonight. Arizona playing tonight. UCLA coming in at number 10 on the season.
All right, that's the college basketball landscape throughout the nation, but right here in the Valley. The game to watch is right here on 3 TV. Tip-off is coming your way as the Lopes try to, once again, for the second year in a row, upset the Aggies of New Mexico State. Last year, they stormed the courts. Dan Marley said he was living the dream, and now with the crowd in whiteout perfection, what will happen? Well, only time will tell, as will Barry Boutel and Scott Williams, who will be along with us for the call here on 3 TV. From all of us, we hope you enjoy the game ahead. It's going to be a good one.
Stay tuned for the news afterwards.
Hey Phoenix, it's Thunder Dan Marley, head coach at Grand Canyon University. Coming to GCU was a great move for me. Join Antelope Nation by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors in small classroom settings where you can get the support you need to excel. Scholarships available. See you on campus. Go Lopes.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening.
We have to start establishing that this is our place from here on out. Hey, this is what we play for. We're better safe than them. Let's go. Come on, go get him now. Let's go.
Live from the heart and soul of Phoenix, welcome to the campus of Grand Canyon University. And inside GCU Arena in a sea of white, where tonight the Lopes play host to the Aggies from New Mexico State. Good evening and welcome to GCU Basketball alongside three-time NBA champion Scott Williams. I'm Barry Butel. Kate Longworth will be along in just a moment. The decibel levels during pregame have already peaked at 113. This is going to be an epic battle between two of the preeminent teams along with Bakersfield in the WAC.
Yeah, they are absolutely riled up for this one. They know how important this one is to establishing that rivalry against New Mexico State.
But make no doubt about it, even after losing to Bakersfield, who is on top of the conference, it is the Aggies at 8-1. Bakersfield now right there at 7-1.
Yeah, they did themselves a big favor getting that win on Thursday night. Grand Canyon also did a big win as well, as they're now 5-3, hoping to go to 6-3 after this one tonight.
For the Lopes, let's profile Keontae Vernon, his 7th double-double of the season against UTRGV.
He was an absolute beast in this basketball game. He was doing it the inside with power and then finesse as well, running the floor in transition. I love that one right there, getting that high hand out from his main man, Dwayne Russell.
And the player to watch for the Aggies among many, Ian Baker, their senior guard, leading overall in points, assists, steals, and free throw percentage.
This kid is absolutely fantastic. Constant motion on the floor. You got to watch him inside and out. He loves that penetration, addition to his bigs.
There's no doubt about it. This place is going to be rocking. It is an epic battle in the Western Athletic Conference, and it's time to tip it off. Let's send it over to the public address announcer, Paul DeNuser, with our prayer and our national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to GCU Arena for tonight's Western Athletic Conference men's basketball matchup between the New Mexico State University Aggies and your Grand Canyon University Antelopes. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you all please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your caps as we begin this evening's competition with the word of prayer. Tonight's prayer is led by GCU Student Body Vice President-elect Matt Shin.
Will you guys join me in prayer? Heavenly Father, thank you so much for today, and thank you so much that New Mexico State got here safely, and we pray for their safe travels after this game. Lord, we pray for safety for all the players, officials, and coaches today, as well as, Lord, we pray that we would honor and respect you, whether we're players, spectators, or anybody here. Thank you so much, in your heavenly Son, in your heavenly name, amen.
Thank you, Matt Shin. Fans, please remain standing as we now honor America with the singing of our national anthem. The Star-Spangled Banner will be performed this evening by the Valley Christian High School Choir under the direction of Mary Ann Heim. The colors are presented tonight by our very own United States Army ROTC program from Grand Canyon University.
And bright stars through the perilous
Thank you, Valley Christian High School Choir and the United States Army ROTC from GCU.
Great job by the Valley Christian Choir. Matthew Shin with our prayer, and of course the GCU ROTC. As you look at the first-year head coach of the New Mexico State Aggies, is Paul Weir. Spent 9 seasons as an assistant, including 5 as associate head coach. Before New Mexico State, he was director of basketball operations at Iowa under one Steve Alford. Has 3 master's degrees and is currently working on a doctorate at New Mexico State. For Paul Weir, here is his starting 5. Braxton Huggins, Ian Baker, Matt Taylor, Eli Chua, and Jonathan Wilkins.
Yeah, we're going to keep our eye on 6'7", 230-pound Eli Chua from Redlands, California. This kid is an absolute beast. He averages almost 9 boards a basketball game. He's coming off a 10-3 against, 10 points and 13 rebounds against GCU earlier in this game. He's got 114 field goals on the season, shooting 66% from the field, and he's got 11 double-doubles.
Assistant coaches are Jesse Bopp, Eric Sanders, and Mark Shue. 22-3 are the Aggies, 8-1 in the Western Athletic Conference. Losing on Thursday at Bakersfield, 72-53. You know they'll be fired up to take on GCU here tonight before a packed house in a sea of white. Time now to introduce you to Grand Canyon University. Here are the starting 5. Our head coach, Dan Marley, Dwayne Russell, Josh Braun, Oscar Freire, Darian Clark, and Keontae Vernon.
Yeah, we're going to watch Oscar Freire. He didn't have a very good game the first time out against New Mexico State. He had some freshman jitters, but this fabulous freshman I know is up for the challenge tonight. I'm looking forward to him having a big game.
Dan Marley in his 4th season as head coach. The associate head coach is Todd Lee. The assistants are Chris Cremalone and TJ Benson. Director of basketball operations, Luke Della Riva. The assistant director of basketball ops is Deche Fong. And the graduate assistant is Brendan Sabian. The Lopes coming in 16-9 overall, 12-3 here on their home court, 5-3 in the Western Athletic Conference. Dwayne Russell, the Lopes' leading scorer at 22.1 points per game. It is standing room only here at GCU Arena in Phoenix, Arizona. Time for your 3 keys to the game.
Well, you know, we were originally going to do a UFO theme keys, but in honor of your big birthday bash tomorrow, we decided to make this one all about you, partner. So let them eat cake, as in birthday cake. Go after them defensively, ball pressure, overplay the passing lanes, pressure any post-ups with the double team. Give them absolutely nothing out there, and then cool in the game. That's right, they sang It's a Celebration. We'll keep that game close tonight, pull out the win, and then celebrate with 7,400 of your closest friends on the court tonight, my friend, and then birthday wish. I know you love them peanut M&Ms, but I know you also want to win over New Mexico State tonight. Yeah, this one is for you, Dancing Barry.
Oh, I appreciate that very much. Would love to see an epic battle. This rivalry would just love it to heat up even more. As you look at the officials, Ryan McDaniel, Chad Shepard, and Brent Moe. We are underway. And GCU wins the tip. The crowd, at least the Lopes fans, will remain on their feet until the Lopes hit their first bucket. Russell, eyed by Ian Baker, over to Josh Braun, playing catch. Russell eyeing in to his left. Braun looks inside. Taylor all over him. Keontae Vernon takes it. Open runway for 24.
Yeah, runway 24 on that right side of that key was wide open. Breakdown defensively from New Mexico State.
Baker comes back out front, bounce pass. Inside, Jonathan Wilkins, too heavy off the glass, pulled down by Vernon. Russell to Braun. Braun inside. Darian Clark backing in. Turns back out towards the bucket. Hits the hardwood. No whistle. Inbound coming in.
Let's go back to this one by Vernon. He just all of a sudden takes a look off of the offensive end, surveys the floor. Nobody between him and the basket, and he shot out of a cannon down that right side.
Baker out front. To his right, Huggins. Wilkins. Dribble handoff. Taylor. Huggins quickly to Baker. 10 on the shot clock. Wilkins puts up the three. Rebound pulled down by the Aggies. Turnaround, foul called as Chua was taking it to the bucket.
Yeah, that's something to watch all night long. Even though they had a big man shoot that basketball from the outside, Chua is an absolute beast on the glass. You see how long and athletic he is and how quickly and spry he is to be able to get back up with that basketball on the backboard. So gonna have to do a better job putting a body on him, moving him away from that rim when that shot is taken.
Clark gets his first personal foul. Chua, 66% free throw shooter, connects on both. Russell crosses center court. Tied by Baker. Braun turning. Taylor all over him. Frayer back front to Russell. Chua coming out, stopping, popping, letting Chua fall, and draining it is Dwayne Russell.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty. The WAC scoring leader absolutely schooled the defender on that one with the hesitation. Buffett.
Turnover, here comes Keontae Vernon. Darian Clark off the glass, doesn't go, but draws the foul on Wilkins.
Oh, nice job getting that ball in transition after the turnover, getting it down the floor. Keontae Vernon always keeping his eyes up. Finds his fellow big man running that left wing and slips him the basketball. And Darian Clark does a nice job getting that contact, just can't finish. Made that first free throw, though.
Range both. 55% free throw shooter, Darian Clark connecting. Baker on the right side, comes back out front. Has the ball back. Long three off the mark to the right. Clark got a hand, but Russell's right there to pick it up. Quickly up, Frayer leaves it back for Russell. The wing comes back out, bounce pass, blind to Clark. Off the glass and in. Looks up by 4.
Well executed pistol play out of the corner. Got the shot they want. Nice pick by Clark. And a good strong roll to the basket and finish.
6-0 run for the Lopes. Inside, down low. Doesn't go. Put back though, does.
That Chua again, he's really long and athletic around that basket. I don't know if that was Wilkins or Chua, but Wilkins got that credit for the bucket.
Russell, long range, misses. Wilkins picks up the rebound. Matt Taylor bringing it up. Stops, turns, leaves it there for Wilkins. Back to Taylor. Wilkins up high, nobody home, off the glass. Chua, fortuitous bounce, puts it back.
That was a lucky break. That was ball could have sailed out of bounds. Chua didn't see it coming, but it got the corner of the backboard, bounced right back to the big man, and he finished.
Russell looked right, went left. 3 offensive boards for the Aggies. Russell looking to move, leaves it for Vernon. Doesn't go. Pulled down by Baker.
Offense got stuck on that right side of the floor. They're much better when they're picking and rolling or swinging it from side to side.
Kicks back out. Taylor driving, right hand off the glass. No bucket. Braun picks up the foul.
This Aggies team has very good team speed. Any of these players capable of putting the ball on the floor, 1 or 2 bounces. Remember, they have 3 players in their starting lineup that average in double figures, and they come off the bench with a couple more that can score in double figures.
Kerwin Smith in the game had 12 points, 6 rebounds. In the last meeting, the game against the Aggies. Baker, 3-point land. Nothing but net.
Can't give Ian Baker that much room on the perimeter.
Baker, 31% shooter from the arc. Frayer. Stopping, popping, not there. Kicked up a big rebound, but the Aggies are going to pick it up.
Yeah, the Aggies are running again.
Mario Jones in the game. Baker stops. Now to his left where he finds Haley. Inside Chua off the glass. Doesn't go. Rebound, though, is pulled down by Jones. Then loses the handle, Frayer. And the foul.
Lopes needed a bucket there, and they dodged the bullet. They're Aggies in the midst of a 7-0 run right now.
Timeout on the floor, 15:39 on the clock. Opening half. The Aggies on top by 1. Leave it right here.
Our company is Comfortpedic Inc. We're a local mattress company here. It's a small family business that my dad started. Now we are providing the dorm mattresses to the most recent dorms here at GCU. One of my professors, he was a professor for my junior year, Paul Waterman. He was the one that started everything. Without him, this wouldn't have been possible. I came up with a short presentation, a very quick business pitch. I presented Dr. Gibb with my company history, and he loved it. So first we started with the hotel mattresses. Brett Courtwright was very helpful, and everything ran smoothly. From there, we began with the dorm mattresses. We asked him what exactly they were looking for in a dorm mattress, and that's when we started to come up with a prototype. We brought in one of the mattresses that GCU currently has. We opened it up. We saw where they needed improvement and what we could do best to maximize a better prototype. And we came up with the mattresses that we have now, and after that everything ran pretty smoothly, thankfully. You can see the community thriving along with GCU, and just the fact that GCU was willing to buy locally from a company that's only 10 minutes away, you can tell that they really want the community to grow with them. I'm very proud to say I'm a Lope, and I tell it to everyone, go to GCU, Lopes up. I'm very, very proud.
Fouls. Get away from the ball.
Baker, long, doesn't go! Lopes win, they storm the court! Lopes win, they knock off the defending WAC champions! Oh my goodness, you have watched a fantastic...
Especially in the second half.
I have no idea what you just said. Unbelievable, right? Our guys thought it couldn't be more proud. Josh has been sick. To come back and have that performance, everybody, hard work, couldn't be proud, a great student section. Woo!
It certainly was unbelievable on January 9th, 2016, right here inside GCU Arena when the Lopes snapped the Aggies' 14-game winning streak in the WAC conference play last year. As we know, on Thursday, the Aggies' 20-game winning streak came to an end, and now the Lopes hope to make it 2 losses in a row.
Russell to his left, stopping just inside the arc, pushes back out to Frayer. 10 on the shot clock. Right by Jamario Jones. Up over the top. Not there, but a putback by Kerwin Smith.
Wow! He came off that bench and he came ready to play. Nice job working the left side of that glass. GCU's first offensive rebound and 2 second chance points.
Chua underneath, battling Vernon, and he finds the bucket.
Chua brought his hard hat and lunch pail to the yard as well. He's working down low, using a number of post moves and strength, getting to the front of that rim.
Chua leading the team in rebounding. 222 coming into the game. Look at Kerwin Smith.
Yeah, look where he starts when this shot is up. Nobody puts a body on him, and that's one heck of an athletic move to grab it with one hand, and then to Chua, just a nice start. Power, crab dribble along that baseline, powers it up over the top of the smaller Keontae Vernon.
Jared Martin checking into the game. They're over at the scorer's table.
You want to take a look and see who that ball went out of bounds on. You can see the official there. He's rewinding that play. He wants to see if it was Josh Braun that ball might have gone out of bounds last.
Shot clock is at 4. Official taking a look.
Well, maybe that's what they're checking to see if that shot clock is correct. Maybe they have some additional shot time could have came off that shot clock, but there you see Taylor, he gets his paw in there. I think it's Taylor that pokes it away. They did. They put some additional time on the shot clock. That was what the problem was. It had ticked all the way down 4 seconds.
Russell. Bounce pass. Kerwin leaves it there for Dwayne Russell. Stopping, popping, good!
Russell loves that one hard dribble with the right hand and a pull-up just off the free throw line extended.
Haley, Jones, Taylor got a hand on it to Josh Braun. Keontae Vernon up for Russell. Bounce pass, no look. Keontae Vernon. That goes in!
How did that ball somehow hang on the front of the rim and it spun in?
Martin got a hand on it, inbound by the Aggies off the hands of Martin after Haley was trying to bring it up.
Yeah, Huggins is going to check back in, but look at Keontae Martin. Dexterity, being able to slide to the side of the defender and then put a little reverse English on the ball.
Travel on Haley.
Oh, New Mexico State had a little run. Now all of a sudden GCU turns up the pressure defensively, forces back-to-back turnovers, and see if they can get another bucket and extend their three-point advantage.
Looked at the head coach, Paul Weir, best record of any first-year head coach in NCAA play. Braun. Pulled down there by Jamario Jones. Jones to his left in the corner. Losing his footing was Huggins, regained it. Baker stopping, driving in for Vernon.
Yeah, Keontae Vernon got there a tad bit late, but I thought Huggins had gotten away with the travel and quite lucky on that one as Baker takes this ball hard to the basket. See Keontae Vernon just moving a little bit, and Baker was able to slide to the outside of Keontae Vernon's right shoulder and draw that contact and still go to one.
Baker at the line, 85% free throw shooter. Fifi Adu comes in for GCU. Chua takes a seat. Braun takes a seat for the Lopes. Coming back into the game is Jonathan Wilkins for New Mexico State. Baker, much like Josh Braun, is money at the free throw line.
Yeah, very poised too. This way he controls himself against this big crowd. Keontae Vernon had one sail out of him. Lopes turned it over.
Russell, Clark, Vernon each have 4 for GCU. Solid turnovers, 3-2. Got to 4 last year in the victory. Haley turns back out to Baker. Baker eyed by Adu. Wilkins off the front of the rim with an open look for 3.
Yeah, I think if you're GCU, you're going to let Wilkins be the one to beat you from behind the arc.
Vernon leaves for Russell. Looking for an opening. Back to his right, Fifi. Russell receives it back. Looking to move. 3-point attempt. Good!
And Dwayne Russell, the best 3-point field goal percentage shooter on the GCU basketball team at a 40% clip, is looking to get that ball up on that rim. Whenever he has an opportunity, he's available to shoot that thing.
Wilkins just tried to keep the ball in, but it's picked off. Off the board, kicked back out by the Aggies there on top of things. Baker not there, trying to put it back. Wilkins goes out of bounds. Who does it belong to? The Lopes. Great hustle though by the Aggies.
Aggies are crashing the glass. Lopes have to do a better job getting them ball off of that rim after the first stop. Look at Russell here. A number of foot fakes, gets the defender right where he wants him. Now he's got a clearer look at the basket, and he knocks it down. I think Russell knows what this game means to establishing GCU as a power in the WAC conference.
Russell, bounce pass. PPA drives baseline, bounce pass out to Vernon, now to Martin. Huggins called.
Just the third team foul, so we'll side out of bounds when we come back. But Martin's got to look to shoot that ball when he gets a clean look.
11:53 on the clock. The Lopes lead, it's 4.
I'm Taylor, and I'm getting my Bachelor's of Science degree in marketing from GCU. Moving on campus was one of the best decisions ever. Once I moved on campus, what really made me feel like I was a GCU student was going to all of the events and getting plugged into all the different things that we have going on here. One of the things that makes me feel most safe on campus is just the whole community aspect. Like, we're a big family here, and just knowing that I'm welcome with open arms and I can just be myself. Being an RA has given me a lot of experience that I think I can carry on through the rest of my life. Between my academic scholarship, my RA scholarship, I've got a lot of school paid for already. And what's been nice is that as I've been working throughout school, I've been paying back my loan each summer. The day I graduate, it'll feel awesome because I'll be graduating in 3 years and I'll have little to no debt.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Finding the right college isn't always simple. The choices I make today affect where I'll be tomorrow. That's why I chose Grand Canyon University. Here I'm working toward a greater purpose and a place that feels like home. With scholarships to help me earn my degree, I can graduate in less than 4 years. By attending GCU, Arizona's premier private Christian university, I know I'm not just making the right choice, I'm making the smart choice.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
With just under 12 minutes to go into the first half, GCU on top by 4 points over New Mexico State, trying to play spoilers tonight. Betty White in the house for this white-out game. As you can see, the Havoc student section in full effect. If you'll remember last year, it was a big night for the Havocs as they stormed the court with Dan Marley and the players after that big upset victory. The guys on the court as well as people here in the stands hoping for yet another upset victory. And it's not just the students and all the audience involved in this whiteout. Let's get, no, you have the camera on me. And somehow can we get you on camera? Because you are looking good all in white.
Garrett.
Thank you, that was great, guys.
Mr. Clean. Bounce pass intercepted by Wilkins. Up for Huggins. Smith got a paw. Back out. Kept in by the Aggies. Martin's going to battle after it. Pushed back. Oh my. Did so. Got it into Matt Taylor's hands out. Lopes ball. Wow. Jared Martin just kept the wheels moving.
Well, I
That
thought
was sloppy, though.
The Lopes, yeah, they're not playing crisp, clean basketball, but they're hustling. Sometimes the ball just finds energy. Look at Jared Martin getting down in there again. I'm surprised they didn't take a look and see who that one was actually out of bounds with, but a little home cooking never hurt.
Gabby Vernon turning the Lopes 58.3% shooting here in the opening half. Russell doesn't connect on the underhand. Pulled down by Jones.
Both teams playing hard right now, but neither team's playing real clean basketball game.
Pretty amped up here in this environment. Wilkins trying to back in on Vernon, goes left hand, too heavy. Oh, not clean on the loose ball between Smith and Martin, and somehow is called on Jones. Out of bounds.
And Coach Paul Weir is kind of taking a long steer down at that one. He's trying to believe that he didn't get the benefit of the whistle, that ball going to them, but I think what the officials are saying, there could have possibly been a foul, and since he didn't blow a whistle, let's just go ahead and give the ball to the Lopes. And that's sometimes a nice play by the official when you're letting a lot of physicality go in a basketball game early. You don't want to change it too drastically.
It's a little brawn, but Taylor's all over him. Haig is called for the foul.
Yeah, it was fouled down low. Keontae Vernon was trying to post up down there. Huggins didn't want any part of wrestling that alligator, and he committed the foul, realizing, hey, worst thing's going to happen will be out of bounds on the baseline rather than give up an easy 2 points to the big fella underneath. I always say sometimes a foul's a good play, Barry. Then again, I did lead the ACC in fouls when I was in college.
Stopping and popping is Russell. Rebound out to Matt Taylor. Taylor driving on Martin, goes to his right, put back. Wilkins climbs the ladder. Look out, Chua storming in. Doesn't seem to fall for the Aggies. Man, they had like 5 times of them.
It seems like a hockey team that just throw the ball in the goal and go crash after and try to put it in.
Braun wants 3. He gets it!
Braun with a nice little fake. The defender, Vaughn, which got him a clear look. And Josh Braun shoots 39% from behind that arc.
In the corner, Taylor. Haley leaves it for Baker. Baker comes back out the wing. Wilkins looking up high, but Fifi climbed the ladder and tuck it away. Into Martin's hands over to Russell. Fifi Adu, man, he can get into the stratosphere. Up high, Russell doesn't go. Vernon can't put it back. Chua. Ooh, look out, Haley turning. Inside, Wilkins goes off of his fingertips.
Number of interior passes and a number of offensive rebounds just have not gone the Aggies' way early on. I think this having crowd has got them off of their game just a stride or two. But look at Josh Braun, sells that fake and then knocks it down.
Shaq Carr in the game. Oscar Freyer checks back in. Russell and Fifi take a breather. Braun to Vernon. Freyer. Back to Braun. Moving past Taylor. Trying to move by Chua. Chua called.
Yeah, too much body contact. Braun is crafty putting that ball on the floor. Shaq Carr on the floor here tonight. Remember, he sat out that basketball game, not by any choice of his own, so be interested to see. He should have an extra full tank to be able to bring to the yard tonight. A lot of energy in this young fella. He's got to run that floor for Dwayne Russell.
First for Chua.
You see Russell come out of many basketball games.
No, you don't. Martin looks for Vernon. He lays it in.
Yeah, power layup that time by Vernon.
Driving is Taylor off the glass. Beautiful drive to the bucket.
Yeah, he scored that one in 5 seconds after the made bucket on one end, or the layup. You don't get back in transition. That'll chap Coach Marley's britches.
Vernon takes it himself, driving right hand. Not there. Pulled down by Jones. Quickly up to Haley. Haley. Far side Baker. Baker to Taylor. Quickly. Got a hand. Oh, be careful. Almost put it back. Foul call. Martin almost tipped it in his own bucket.
Yeah, you know, Martin's got those athletic hands. At that time, it would almost worked against the Lopes as he tipped it up off the backboard and almost banked in, and they're just not getting that basketball cleanly and giving these Aggies some extra opportunities to stay around this basketball game. I think if they could just tighten up that defensive board somewhat, they could have an opportunity to run before the Aggies can set their defense on the other end.
Mario Jones chatting it up with Josh Braun. Mario seems to there were some songs being played. He was singing right along. Seems like he might be a happy-go-lucky kind of guy. Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think sometimes that's when a crowd is as boisterous as this. You know, players like to get a little rhythm at that line, and maybe he is saying a little chant to himself. He cleanly knocked that one down.
Move Braun across. Darian Clark in the game for Vernon.
Coach Marley threw this one up there during that free throw. Let's see if they can execute it to perfection.
Martin looks up high for Clark. Taylor.
They wanted the high hand off of Darian Clark, kind of spinning out of that high post area, going back to the rim, and it wasn't there, but unfortunately Taylor was kind of like a defensive back playing on a wide receiver, never saw the
That's
pass
right,
coming.
he
He created a pass interference call. Next time the Lopes get fouled, they'll be shooting free throws. And Aggies will be in the penalty. Lopes will be going to the line for 1-on-1s here on out.
Official once again back over to the scorer's table.
Yeah, this is something that the Lopes did really well. First time, against New Mexico State, they didn't foul a lot. They didn't put them on the line a lot. They're doing a good job tonight, just 4 personal fouls.
Saw the shot earlier. Jerry Colangelo in attendance. Amongst the sea of white. Appears to be an extra official in the crowd as well. Inbound, Shakhtar. Oh, away from the ball is foul called on the Lopes. Braun called. That's his second personal foul.
Yeah, take a look at this one more time here. Josh Braun is trying to slide off of a double pick down on that baseline and a little too aggressive.
Kenzo Nudo at the scorer's table. No doubt probably to bring Braun off. Baker to Haley. Travel on Haley.
And Haley wanted to drive that basketball to his left, and Josh Braun did a really nice job getting in the way. Haley traveled.
Timeout on the floor, 7:56 on the clock. The lead is 6 for Grand Canyon University over New Mexico State.
Hello, Phoenix. This is Jerry Colangelo from Grand Canyon University. You can join the GCU community by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors and get the support you need to excel. I look forward to seeing you on campus.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening.
Hey WAC fans, if you see a top play or any great WACtion, let us know about it using the hashtag WACTop5. Then go to our Instagram every Monday to see if your video made the cut. Be sure to vote on your favorites and tune in to the WAC Digital Network on Wednesdays to see where each play ranks. For the WAC Digital Network, I'm Jessie Punch.
Grand Canyon University's newly remodeled golf course is thriving in the heart of Phoenix, featuring over 7,200 yards of expansive tees and tree-lined fairways, signature par 3s, greenside bunkers, premium greens, and a brand new clubhouse and restaurant. Experience a University Championship golf course this summer with great rates as low as $15 available now. Book your tee times at gcugolf.com.
Back at GCU Arena, Barry Butel, Scott Williams, Kate Longworth in this epic battle of the Western Athletic Conference between the Lopes and the Aggies. You can see a little bit of jitters in both teams, some miscues, some turnovers early on.
Yeah, but they're playing hard.
Yes,
and
they are.
I think both coaches will live with some of those mistakes when they're hustling the way that they are. And one guy's really been doing is Keontae Vernon. Does a nice job on this one here. This is a simple play down here. He's just doing a turnout to the basketball, and he's sealing on his side. Freeze it right there. He doesn't get it from Frere, but right now he's got this guy down on his back, dead to rights. He's just going to hold that position. Go ahead and roll it. Just throw it to my hand. I'll release when the ball gets to me. Defender can't recover in time. He gets it easy, too.
I'm getting a kick out of Jamaria Jones, man. He's just chatting it up with everybody.
Yeah, he's like
looking in the crowd.
He's looking at the havoc section. Sometimes that's good for a player. Other times it's bad if he loses his concentration.
Russell stopping. Dropping.
Russell loves that right elbow. Nobody within 6 feet of Russell. He just pulled up.
Bular in the game. Taylor to his right. Chancellor Ellis into Bular. Bular on Darian Clark. Backing in, left-handed in. That is going to be a
A mismatch.
That's going to be a
too
tall
big,
pass.
too strong right there. Bullard takes his time, surveys the defense. Strong right shoulder turn to a lefty hook. Nothing Clark can do about that. This guy's 7'2".
Clark almost lost the handle. Goes out of bounds.
It looked like Clark had trouble handling that ball, and
twice.
They are very lucky that they came away with it.
Russell, back out, Martin for three.
Well, that's the one I'm saying Martin's got to shoot. If Russell can get such deep penetration, he's got to fire that one.
Jones to Bullard.
That's a big man rolling down there on the side of that rim right there. You don't really have to throw it that high to him. He can catch that one without jumping and still has the good athletic ability to be able to lay it in.
Russell. Oh, my.
Russell's got that look in his eye tonight like he wants to go well up over the 20-point plateau tonight. What's he got, 11 points on 5 of 10 shoot.
Baker. Taylor. Down to Ellis on the near side. Bounce pass. Jones trying to take it. Stopped by Martin.
Smothered chicken by Martin for serving for dinner.
Russell, nice crossover. No bucket.
No, Russell has got it in attack mode on the offensive end, and that foul is going to push the Aggies over the limit, so Russell will be shooting free throws. But look how deep Russell takes that ball. I think he's got his head underneath the rim when he finally decides to throw it back out. Look at Martin. Stays high and realizes, oh, I got a chance to swat this thing. Smothers that basketball, and off the way they go running down the other end.
Ellis, the victim of Russell's sweet move. He takes a seat on the bench. Braxton Huggins back in the game.
Russell doing a good job at the free throw line. Makes 75% of them on the season this year. Gives the Lopes a double-digit advantage with that first make.
Russell money at the line. 11-point lead for GCU. Baker runs into Bullard, looking for some room in the middle, doesn't find it. Dishes back to Huggins. He's shut down. Bounce pass. Jamaria Jones.
Yeah, they got too many guys on the basketball. 3 guys on the basketball. Easy for him to find the open man along the baseline. You know Jones will want to put that ball in the basket, trying to quiet this havoc crowd.
Smith turning towards the bucket. Trying to move on Bullard, loses the handle. Eli Chua checks in. Bullard takes a seat.
Yeah, 5 turnovers now for GCU. Remember, they only had 4 turnovers down in Las Cruces earlier in the year.
Baker. Back out front. Jones to his left. Taylor inside. Frayer got a hand, pushed it back. Baker able to gather it in. Looking towards the line. Fade away, but too long in the air ball in the habits to let Ian Baker know it.
Great job defensively by the young freshman Oscar Frayer.
Russell to Frayer. Frayer wants 3. Rings out. Baker able to pull it down with help from Jewett. Taylor off the right side. Bounce pass. Jones. Tied by Martin. Turning, twisting, dropping.
I think he got away with the double dribble. Ball came to him, he dropped it, he picked it up, and then dribbled it again. I think that was what confused Martin along that baseline. He didn't think he had a live dribble.
7-point lead for GCU. Dribble handoff. Russell. Moving down baseline. Trying to lay it up. Aaron shot. No whistle. Here come the Aggies. Taylor. Baker. He wanted 3, but he pulled down. Twisting and turning. Foul call. Jared Martin.
Coach Marley all over the officials. They said, hey, that guy got clobbered at the other end. Much more of a hit than what Baker gets down on this end. Let's see if Baker gets away with the travel there. No, he get away with the travel. Martin gets into the side of him a little bit, but I think Coach Marley was saying, well, my guy got hit just as bad at the other end. You didn't blow the whistle down on that side. Don't blow it down here. Yeah, sometimes those things have a way of evening themselves out over 40 minutes. But it's not going to stop both of these coaches from working the officials.
Nope. Baker at the line. Jermaine Haley in for Baker.
Baker arrest on the defensive end here. He's spending a lot of energy attacking that basket. He won't stay on that bench long, I can guarantee. Coach Weir's going to get him back in before this half expires.
Aggies on a 6-0 run. Martin. Foul. Haley?
Wasn't sure if they got
Oh,
Haley.
Jones. His second.
That's going to send Kerwin Smith to the free throw line. And this is a good opportunity for Smith to step up. He struggled from the line this year. You got to, when you're shooting 37%, you got to make them at big moments. And you can see that he was just grabbing down there along that waistline of Smith, who's not able to knock in the front in the one-on-one.
Haley, Huggins. On a move again. Interesting. Back in for Achua.
Yeah, they're just working that glass. They just want someone to drive in there, throw it up there high enough that they can use their athleticism and collect their 5th offensive rebound here in the first half.
They do it at Kerwin Smith, Oscar Freyer.
Oh, they got Kerwin Smith after the screen, rolling to the basket too forcefully.
Coaching staff of GCU all over the officials. The lead is 3 now for GCU.
GCU is the university that never sleeps, moving at the speed of light. And now GCU is leading in the area of computer science and IT. With over 200 university degree programs across 9 colleges, on campus and online, join the most inventive concept in education today. Fast track options available with courses in cybersecurity, cloud computing, and systems architecture. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/IT. At GCU, earning your degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. To find your purpose, it takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience in delivering real-world degree programs online. GCU's online class size averages less than 17 students with full-time faculty and student advisors. Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Call us today at 855-428-7692.
Finding the right college isn't always simple. The choices I make today affect where I'll be tomorrow. That's why I chose Grand Canyon University. Here I'm working toward a greater purpose and a place that feels like home. With scholarships to help me earn my degree, I can graduate in less than 4 years. By attending GCU, Arizona's premier private Christian university, I know I'm not just making the right choice, I'm making the smart choice.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Welcome back to GCU Arena. You're watching Lopes basketball here on 3TV. I'm Kate Longworth. It's been a neck-and-neck game, but the Lopes on top right now with just under 4 to go in the first half with a 3-point lead. And part of the reason they're leading the way, and they've been strong all season long, is because of this guy, the mayor, Josh Braun, doing it all. Big numbers on the court as well as off the court. In the classroom, he scores the perfect 4.0. And congratulations to the mayor because he was voted to the Academic All-District 8 Men's Basketball Team. He was honored as a first-team Academic All-American last year. That was GCU's first ever. Josh is working on his master's degree in business administration. And 4.0, that's just like Scott Williams' days as a Tar Heel, right?
That's right, Kate. Who told you?
You set a great example.
Yeah, I'll probably work for Josh Braun one day.
Baker, long 3. Front of the rim, off the backboard and in.
Yeah, we talked about Baker's ability to be able to step out to that NBA land of 3-point shots, and he's knocked that down. After GCU went up 11 points, all of a sudden now 11-0 run by the Aggies to tie this thing back up.
2:42 of the drought. Russell, floater, in and out.
Yeah, it was off either Frere or Smith. trying to get that offensive rebound. And, you know, this is a 3:02. This has been where it's always been GCU time to finish halves, take that momentum to the locker room. But right now, it's been all New Mexico State. Can they turn this tide?
GCU hasn't scored in over 3 minutes. Wilkins, oh my, all alone.
Well, he missed his first two. He was 6 for 20 coming into this game, and he finally got one to go down. But you got to give, at least to get a hand in his face. You can't give him that clean a look.
Yeah, he could have had a sandwich and a soda. Frayer driving. Chua call.
Well, Frayer hadn't been able to get anything going in this first half, and that's a smart, savvy play right there. You got to figure out a way to get yourself to the free throw line. He just put the pressure on the defense. Look, nobody was within 8 feet that time of Wilkins when he shot that ball. Hey, that's the guy you want shooting the outside shot, but you got to lower his percentage some by at least showing out there and showing a hand to his face.
Frayer at the line. Connects both.
I wonder if those will be the free throws that gets Frayer going. Maybe not enough time left in this half, but see if he can carry that over into the second.
Baker, Bular.
Baker's so good taking that ball inside that painted area and finding one of his bigs.
Russell.
That was Steve Nash like there. Wade circle behind that basket. Brought it back out again.
Russell, pull back. 3. Front of the rim. Rebound, Clark. Fresh 30 on the shot clock. Russell, back out. Fifi pulls down the 3. Drives. Pushes out. Frayer wasn't there for him. Frayer back out. 10 on the shot clock. Russell. Inside, Clark off the glass. Draws the foul, but no bucket.
Well, Bular did a nice job on the first attempt by the Lopes to go inside with Fifi Adu. He showed his long paw up to about the 9.5-foot area, and even as long as Adu's arms are, he was denied, but a nice job resetting, going back inside and finding Clark underneath. Was able to get those big, broad shoulders into the defenders. He's been money from this free throw line tonight. Clark, a perfect 3 for 3. He looked over like I was going to give him the commentator jinx. I got confidence in the bigs today.
The score, did you expect it any differently? Bular underneath, too heavy. Clark, Russell. Near side comes back, bounce pass, Clark. Oh, that's money!
Now that's how you finish. Way to throw it down, big man.
Baker. Back from Wilkins. Back out of the corner. Not there, Clark. 47-46. Lope lead is 1. Russell. Good work on Wilkins, his 3rd. That was a big league play right there.
Yeah, that was a smart play. He realized he had the big, long Wilkins running at him, and he wanted to try to block his shot. Just showed the shots like little pick and roll, beautiful slip of the basketball, and Clark said, I'm going in here to finish with authority. He'd been trying to finish a lot of these plays the last couple of games with left and rights off of glass, and they hadn't been following him because he had coming back from that shoulder injury. And he said, the one way to knock the rust off the game is to go in there and just flush it.
Shooting 2. Wilkins out, Jones back in.
Yeah, Wilkins gonna have to leave this one. He's been using his length around the basket. He goes back to start the second half. Lopes will have to remember he's got 3 fouls to try to go at him early in that second half so they can't pick up a quick 4th on him.
2-point Lopes lead. Baker to his left. Mario Jones, eyed by Martin. Turning, twisting, left hand. Martin with some good D. Russell.
And Russell will go on to push that ball to the front court and realize, hey, if we burn a little clock, there's a good chance we can get the last shot of the half.
Looks like they'll get it. The crowd on their feet. Under 10 to go. Russell moving to his right. Stopping, popping. Oh, in and out. Baker, long attempt. Doesn't go. GCU on top by 2. 38-36.
They did a nice job finishing that half, and they stole the momentum going back to the locker room. But a sloppy half early in the first half by both teams. Both teams trying to pick up their stride offensively in the last part of the second half.
Over to Kate.
Well, the team worked hard to establish an aggressive tone at one point with an 11-point lead, but Aggies down the stretch with that 13-0 run. What did you see unfold in this first half?
Well, we started off well, getting rebounds and running, and we're really good when we run. And then we couldn't get any rebounds, and then, Josh and Keontae, 2 of our best players, getting foul trouble, all unnecessary fouls, and now they're sitting on the bench for the last, 11 minutes. So it's good that we hung in there, but we got to have those 2 guys on the floor, Josh and Keontae. So we got to rebound the ball better, and once we rebound, if we get out and run, we're pretty good.
It seems like we talk about this several times. When you have an aggressive game like this, how does the team need to balance that aggression but also stay out of that foul trouble, especially the second
They can't pick up cheap ones, and that's what we do. Whether it's a push and foul or a moving screen, it's a physical game. You're going to pick up fouls, but you can't get the unnecessary away from the ball fouls.
Makes sense. Thank you very much. Coach Marley breaking it down. His team does have that 2-point lead, but we know Coach Marley, that's not enough for him. He wants to see more from the Lopes in the second half.
The lead is 2 for GCU. Kate will be back with more of the halftime festivities from GCU Arena in Phoenix, Arizona.
There's a surge of excitement at GCU as the Lopes gear up for greatness. We do not accept defeat. We will not disappoint. We will not quit. We are the intensity brewing in the heart of Phoenix. We are the Lopes rising. Come watch us defend our house against Louisville, San Diego State, and rival New Mexico State. Catch all the family-friendly entertainment. Games will sell out. Get your basketball season tickets today at lopestickets.com.
At GCU, earning your degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. To find your purpose, it takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience in delivering real-world degree programs online. GCU's online class size averages less than 17 students with full-time faculty. Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Call us today at 855-428-7692. GCU offers more than 200 innovative programs across 9 colleges, which now include cutting-edge next-generation programs in engineering, computer science, and information technology. Grand Canyon University, the quality of a private Christian education, the affordability of a state university. Visit gcu.edu.
Hello, Phoenix. This is Jerry Colangelo from Grand Canyon University. You can join the GCU community by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors and get the support you need to excel. I look forward to seeing you on campus.
Find your purpose at
So
Grand
here
Canyon.
on 3TV, and it is a dogfight here in the arena tonight. Right now, the Lopes with a two-point lead at the break. And I'm Kate Longworth. You're watching the Lopes halftime show, and I'm joined now by very special guest, WAC Commissioner Jeff Hurd. Jeff, thank you so much for being here. I know it's a busy time right now for the conference. Take me through what's going on around the WAC right now.
Well, it really is a busy time because we not only have basketball season going on, but a couple other championships that go on at the end of this month in swimming and diving and indoor track. And of course, our tournament coming up. But it's a busy time for me. I'm currently on a 6-city 3-week swing to see a little basketball.
Not a bad gig, right? And I know, too, for the conference, a big announcement most recently with the addition of Cal Baptist joining the conference. What's that mean to further the competition here?
Well, Cal Baptist would be a very good fit in our conference, not only geographically but competitively. Really a Division II power right now. Quite honestly, it reminds me a lot of Grand Canyon 4 years ago. Very good facilities, very good program, very good fit for the league.
And you talk about Grand Canyon 4 years ago. Just take me through the progress you've seen from the Lopes in this last 4 years of progression as they transition to Division I action.
Well, it's incredible. Just being on campus, it seems like every time I come to campus, there's more expansion, more buildings, better facilities, better everything. And you know, the growth of this program, the growth of the university has been spectacular.
And you talk about right now you're on a tour, multi-city tour, watching these basketball teams up close. Right now, the race in the WAC is pretty exciting with New Mexico State taking that loss Thursday at CSU Bakersfield, a competitive game tonight. How exciting is this race going to be down the stretch?
Well, it's great. I really believe that as a league, we need more games like this. We need the atmosphere that Grand Canyon has at games. We need more games among our top teams towards the end of the year. So, you know, the more competition you have in any conference, and especially in the WAC, as we lead into the tournament, is a good thing.
And it's getting fans throughout the conference geared up for that big conference tournament in March in Las Vegas. What are you anticipating for the WAC conference tournament?
I think like most years, I think this year we've gotten better as a conference top to bottom each year. So as we go into this year's tournament, even though New Mexico State and right now Cal State Bakersfield are at the top, this really is a tournament that there's probably 4 or 5 teams have a legitimate chance to win it.
All right, thank you so much for joining us. And I know that is a tournament that the Lopes have their eyes on for next season when they're eligible for all tournament play. Meanwhile, we're talking about the competitive one we have on our hands right now. More GCU basketball on 3TV coming up right after this as our halftime show continues.
There's a surge of excitement at GCU as the Lopes gear up for greatness. We do not accept defeat. We will not disappoint. We will not quit. We are the intensity brewing in the heart of Phoenix. We are the Lopes rising. Come watch us defend our house against Louisville, San Diego State, and rival New Mexico State. Catch all the family-friendly entertainment. Games will sell out. Get your basketball season tickets today at lopestickets.com.
At GCU, earning your degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. To find your purpose, it takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience in delivering real-world degree programs online. GCU's online class size averages less than 17 students with full-time faculty. Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Call us today at 855-428-7692. GCU offers more than 200 innovative programs across 9 colleges, which now include cutting-edge next-generation programs in engineering, computer science, and information technology. Grand Canyon University, the quality of a private Christian education, the affordability of a state university. Visit gcu.edu. GCU's College of Science, Engineering, and Technology offers a premier STEM education with relevant curricula designed to lead you to a career in the competitive fields of science, technology, engineering, and math. GCU is investing in the future of our STEM programs with multiple state-of-the-art facilities, providing students with access to cutting-edge technology. Our STEM education is motivated by a Christian worldview, which cultivates ethical decision-making. The College of Science, Engineering, and Technology fosters traits in adaptability, collaboration, creativity, as well as ethical and social awareness, which makes our graduates from our STEM programs more competitive. Through robust collaboration.
Scott back with you in a game that a lot of people probably expected to be this close, but New Mexico State goes on a 14-0 run. It looked like they were kind of swiftly going to pull away, but GCU holds on and closes out with this 2-point lead.
Yeah, they really stole the momentum there towards the end of that half and got themselves that lead. And remember, this is what they did against Louisville. They had a 1-point lead at the half against Louisville in a good basketball game, but they couldn't sustain it defensively. Offensively, they scored enough points, but defensively, they just didn't do it. So that's what they're going to have to try to do here in the second half of this one, is do it with the D. And one thing guy who really came ready to play tonight was Dwayne Russell. He's fantastic in that first half, 5 of 14 shooting from the field. And Chuha with the lucky bounce there. He was 3 of 6 from the field. He's four rebounds and 8 points. And then I love this one by Baker. He's just a monster shooting that basketball. He's got 10 points and a half, 4 rebounds. And Kate Dunk with a nice one there. 2 points and 2 boards off the bench. I love this one by Vernon. Give it to the guard and then get it back. And then what a nifty finish with Vernon doing a nice job there until he got in foul trouble. Then Russell, we talked about those 5 field goals. One of them was from behind the arc, 1 of 3 from behind the arc, on his way to 14 points in the half. And then Big Bular came off that bench, did a really nice job. He had 8 points on 3 of 4 shooting. And then my favorite, Martin, knocking down the long ball. The only shot he took, 3 points, 2 rebounds. And then Jones was very active. He had 4 points and 4 boards, a number on the offensive end. And then I love this big finish by Darian Clark. He did a really good job, 8 points, 3 boards in the half.
Field goal shooting, 3 points, pretty close. Rebound, he's close. Points in the paint, though. The Aggies on top, and 3-0 in blocks for GCU. Fouls away from the ball. Also, you know, New Mexico State's not going to let up in the second half.
No, they're going to bring even more intensity in this second half. GCU's going to have to handle that.
All right, stay with us. We'll be back with more here from GCU Arena. GCU on top, 38-36 over New Mexico State.
There's a surge of excitement at GCU as the Lopes gear up for greatness. We do not accept defeat. We will not disappoint. We will not quit. We are the intensity brewing in the heart of Phoenix. We are the Lopes rising. Come watch us defend our house against Louisville, San Diego State, and rival New Mexico State. Catch all the family-friendly entertainment. Games will sell out. Get your basketball season tickets today at lopestickets.com.
At GCU, earning your degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. To find your purpose, it takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience in delivering real-world degree programs online. GCU's online class size averages less than 17 students with full-time faculty. Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Call us today at 855-428-7692. GCU offers more than 200 innovative programs across 9 colleges, which now include cutting-edge next-generation programs in engineering, computer science, and information technology. Grand Canyon University, the quality of a private Christian education, the affordability of a state university. Visit gcu.edu. At GCU, earning your degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. To find your purpose, it takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience in delivering real-world degree programs online. GCU's online class size averages less than 17 students with full-time faculty. Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Call us today at 855-428-7692.
Lopes basketball here on 3TV. I'm Kate Longworth. Right now, GCU with a 2-point lead at the break. We're just moments away from the second half tipping off. Really no surprise here as you look at the Aggies' leading scorers. Ian Baker, their star of the show, with 10. And meanwhile, for the Lopes, Russell, Zero the hero with 14. Darian Clark with 8. And despite foul trouble, Keontae Vernon with 6. Who will take it all in the second half? Only time will tell. We'll be right back.
I'm Dominique. I'm a student here at Grand Canyon University studying hospitality management. My hospitality courses here are giving me a high-quality education from professors that I know have been successful. Being able to work while I'm in school has enriched my college experience. I feel like I know where I'm going and what I want to do. I've gone through things that can't necessarily be taught, and so that paired with everything that GCU is doing for me, I feel like, you know, is setting me up for success. To have someone say, like, I want you, that's like a lot for someone like me. They're changing people's lives. By changing my life, now you changed my little brothers and sisters because they saw that I went to college. It'll just be, my greatest accomplishment, not just because it's a diploma, but because, I did what no one really thought I could do. When they say, find your purpose, they mean it.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
There's a surge of excitement at GCU as the Lopes gear up for greatness. We do not accept defeat. We will not disappoint. We will not quit. We are the intensity brewing in the heart of Phoenix. We are the Lopes rising. Come watch us defend our house against Louisville, San Diego State, and rival New Mexico State. Catch all the family-friendly entertainment. Games will sell out. Get your basketball season tickets today at lopestickets.com.
Hello, Phoenix. This is Jerry Colangelo from Grand Canyon University. You can join the GCU community by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors and get the support you need to excel. I look forward to seeing you on campus.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening.
GCU Arena in Phoenix. Lopes on top by 2. The second half about to commence. Barry Butel, Scott Williams, Kate Longworth with you this evening. So glad you could tune in for a great Western Athletic Conference matchup. Aggies coming in 22-3 overall, 8-1 in the conference. The Lopes 16-9, 5-3 in the conference. Jonathan Wilkins to inbound to begin the second half in front of our location. Leaves for Baker.
Remember, Wilkins has those 3 personal fouls. You can go at him early. He will not want to pick up a 4th early in this half.
Pass the basketball, leaves for Baker. Bounce pass to Wilkins off the glass and in.
Oh, beautiful move. Wilkins takes the nice long loping strides down that left side there and gets a beautiful bounce pass for an easy bucket.
Down low. Clark gathering it in, almost gets picked by Taylor. Quickly gets it back, drives in the paint, not there. Loose ball. New Mexico State, Chua to Baker. Baker to his left. Wilkins, another long look at a 3. Somebody's got to get out there for GCU.
Yeah, I think Josh Braun rotated. He's kind of stunted out of the corner. And they're going to have to try to figure out. And now that he's made 2, you got to believe that he can make a 3rd. Going to have to put some pressure on him.
Wilkins was 6 of 20 coming in. He has 2 tonight. Braun. Russell open look for 3. Too heavy. Big rebound. Braun. Good work by Clark pushing it out. Aggies began the half short time ago, down by 2. They lead it now by 3. Russell floater, not there. Clark is put back off the glass.
Wow, they only had 2 offensive rebounds in the first half. They got 2 on that trip down the floor. Nice job by Clark working hard underneath.
Wilkins to his left for Taylor. Taylor comes out into the paint, cutting in. Wilkins underneath. Not there, Keontae Vernon. Rowe. Technical on the bench of the Aggies. Coach Weir.
I think Coach Weir thought there was enough contact to warrant a foul underneath when he did not get the whistle. He let the officials know about it. I'm not sure if it was actually Coach Weir, if it was one of the players at the end of the bench, because it was really called towards the end of the bench, and Coach Weir went down to kind of figure out what was going on. I think it was more of the player than the actual coach that got that tag.
Yeah, Bular was down there. One of the assistant coaches was down there as well. I don't know if it was to sit those guys down or...
It's funny, a lot of times in the NBA, and I've seen a lot in college basketball, you want the defense in front of your basket in the second half, but tonight they got the offense in front of their basket in the second half so they can call out the offense in place.
Vernon turning. Chua gives him a little bit of room. Bounce pass. Braun muscles his way off the glass.
Such a nice job working without the basketball on that left side. Comes over to that right block, and he's got such good footwork underneath there for a
shooting guard. Lopes 6-0 run, back out. Wilkins quickly to Taylor, pulls down. Wilkins looks for three. Not there. Prayer climbs it up, grabs the rebound. Russell.
Well, I'm not going to say he missed the shot because you closed out on him, but I'm certainly sure it helped.
Russell, baseline, driving. Bounce pass into Prayer. Back to Russell it goes. Russell on. There, back to Vernon, top of the key. Put it down on the floor and got it knocked away. Up for Baker, and in.
They are so quick at taking a turnover and getting a field goal on the other end. I don't think 5 ticks came off of that shot clock or game clock before Baker was spinning that reverse layup in the bucket.
Good move by Braxton Huggins for the Aggies. Russell, back out. Clark connects. How about Darian Clark? 3 of 3 from the field, 4 of 4 from the line. That's 10 points.
Yeah, actually give him 12 now,
wow.
Whereas the scoreboard operator was a little slow, and then you're right, he's doing a good job on the glass as well.
Tua down low, and boy, that's a rifle of a pass into Baker.
Yeah, just kind of jogging behind Baker, and what a pass by the big fella to find him cut down the basket. So a couple layups not make Coach Marley happy. You got to make it work for lower field goal percentage shots.
Vernon. Braun pulls out, 3-point land. Too heavy, big rebounding. Taylor was right in the right spot for that. Baker. Taylor. Huggins. Inside. Chua battling Vernon, and he wins.
Oh, that was a nice move by Chuha. Really just banged him twice with that right shoulder and threw the left-hand hook over the top of smaller Keontae Vernon. I should say shorter Keontae Vernon.
Clark twisting, turning over Wilkins, not there. Baker quickly up to Taylor. Taylor wants it off the glass and in.
Wow. You get a 3 and 3 layups. All of a sudden, the Aggies have got themselves a 3-point lead.
Russell to Braun, far side. Bounce pass, Clark came out. Russell stopping, popping. High rebound, pushed out by Vernon. Fresh 30 on the shot clock, under 15 to go, second half. Aggies up by 3. Timeout, GCU. As I said, the lead is 3. The lead was 2 for GCU at the half. Back and forth we go here at GCU Arena.
I'm Dewey, a student here at GCU studying communications. My dad graduated from GCU in 2009, and he is definitely bleeding purple. He loves GCU to the max. Me choosing to follow in his footsteps was the best idea I could have chosen. I absolutely love sports, playing them and watching them, and I could talk about them all day. GCU has made it possible for me to pursue my passion of becoming a sports broadcaster. The program they had here and the direction it could take me was exactly what I wanted and what I needed. Knowing that I could talk to a professor or a counselor about literally anything that has to do with my academia or even just my personal life was encouraging and exciting to know. The friends and the roommates that I've had in the last 3 years have made my quality of life 1,000 times better. I am a GCU Lope, and I will forever always be one.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu. Grand Canyon University's newly remodeled golf course is thriving in the heart of Phoenix, featuring over 7,200 yards of expansive tees and tree-lined fairways, signature par 3s, greenside bunkers, premium greens, and a brand new clubhouse and restaurant. Experience a University Championship golf course this summer with great rates as low as $15 available now. Book your tee times at gcugolf.com.
Welcome back. You're watching Lopes Basketball here on Free TV. Right now, GCU within 3 of the Aggies of New Mexico State. with just under 15 minutes to go in the second half. Well, after the big victory Thursday over UTRGV, the Havocs camped out on the quad right in front of GCU Arena, waiting for tonight's game. Tonight has been declared a whiteout, and the crowd, let's just say they have been on fire. And to prove it, I brought this sound meter to see just how many decibels can we get to. Looks like right now the machine is going to break, but just to give you a read on what these numbers mean, 100 is what you'll see a power motor at, 120 is a rock concert. We are hitting 107 over here in the Havoc section.
Braun looks for three. Back out front, bounce pass, Vernon. Vernon backing in over Jones.
That's a nice bucket there. You get smaller Jones on Vernon down in that block area, and Vernon took his time and just operated.
It's into Jones. In the paint, Chua. Right-handed in.
You get too many high percentage looks. I mean, either layups or three-point shots. That's 4 layups I've counted already here in the second half.
And in for the Lopes.
Okay, offensive end, like we talked about at half, but they'll be fine. It's the defensive ends where they got to do a better job.
Bounce pass, Chua off the glass. Playing some uncontested shots.
Like beating a dead horse right now. They can't figure out a way to stop that side pick and roll.
Russell. Vernon comes out. Shot, heavy rebound, Chua. Leaves for Baker. 14 second half points in the paint for the Aggies. Up high again, Chua. Back out, Huggins, 3, good.
Inside out basketball. Aggies right now putting on a clinic offensively. Buckets inside for layups. Now you shrunk that defense down and got a clean look on a corner pocket 3.
6-point Aggies lead. You look at Keontae Vernon.
Keontae Vernon does a nice job with the crab dribble there, taking up the distance, and then the little turn to the baseline for the bucket. But look at Chuha. This guy, I really like the way he plays. He's constant energy and motion out there, and then this one here, that's just too easy. Get the ball underneath there. All lines go to the basket, leave the man open in the corner.
Let's send it over to Kate Longworth.
Well, guys, obviously the talk tonight is basketball, but GCU baseball teeing off its season today. They started with their alumni game, and now they will go head-to-head with the Diamondbacks coming up on Wednesday, February 22nd. First pitch at 1 p.m. to help kick off the Major League Baseball spring training season. The Lopes will take on the D-backs, and you can see them in person at Salt River Fields. Visit dbacks.com/spring to secure your tickets today. Use the promo code GOLOPES to get lawn tickets for just $5. That's a college price you can not say no to, or you can also reserve tickets for $10 on the baseline. Now, we also want to remind you, if you can't be out at the game because you know you have that thing called work in the middle of the day, well, be sure to listen to Michael Potter for all the action on KFYI 12:30 a.m. And just a reminder that our next Lopes broadcast is the Lopes baseball game next Saturday night against Oklahoma State. That'll be on the CW. A lot of excitement here for all sporting events. We've had the baseball players in-house here at the GCU Arena for many of these basketball games. We'll be talking baseball as the season goes on, but tonight, guys, I think we'll talk is basketball.
No doubt basketball, and Eli Chua is lighting it up here in the second half.
Yeah, Eli Chua is chewing up the Lopes, and he's doing all of his damage around that basket using his quickness and his length. He is 6 of 9 from the field. He's got 14 points and 6 boards, 2 of those on the offensive end in 19 minutes of action. And also give him 2 nice dimes in this game as he's found Aggies teammates.
Only way to silence him is to sit him down, apparently. 81.8% shooting in the second half. 8 assists on 9 field goals for New Mexico State. Russell Those are pretty good numbers.
Yeah, well, you remember, that's excellent numbers. And that was after GCU held them to 41% shooting in the first half. But you let guys like Chuha get the ball who shoot 60%, you're in trouble.
Russell takes it off the glass.
They needed that one. I mean, the Lopes have been doing a decent job themselves here. They're 5 of 12 now, making 6 of 13 from the field. They just got to figure out the riddle on the defensive end.
18 for Russell. Kicked it to the corner. Huggins off the front of the rim. Foul away from the play. Looks like Keontae Vernon.
Yeah, Vernon down there. I think it was Jones he was wrestling with down along that baseline. Jones had done a good job. He did his work early, sealing Keontae Vernon on the outside there. See, look, Jones has got that good position. Any ball that comes off that weak side was going to belong to Jones unless Vernon fouled him, and he did.
Baker drains it from 3.
Second chance points now. They're really starting to hurt. And that's did that 9 second chance points now for New Mexico State. And that was a big blow right there. Uh-oh.
Foul on Haley. Seven-point Aggies lead.
Yeah, largest lead of the game for the Aggies. They're starting to pour it on offensively. GCU's got to start getting some higher percentage shots like that last one by Russell, and then figure out a way to slow down that Aggie attack.
Martin to Russell. Driving towards the baseline. Back out, Martin. Near side. Looking for some room into the paint. Leaves it there for Smith, but it's swatted away by Wilkins.
A nice little shovel pass that time underneath the Smith. I think if he hadn't have tried to do the back scratching dunk and done it just straight up with it, I think he brings it back behind him, his head just enough for the defender to come back and get it from behind. But I love that going back inside. You find yourself down 7-0, settling for anything from the outside. Now, if you get a clean look from the 3, go ahead and crack it up.
Martin out to Vernon. Tough to hand it off. Good defense by Haley on Braun.
Their team's speed on defense is amazing.
Russell looked for Vernon. It's picked off. Haley lost it a bit up and in. Chancellor Ellis. Martin. Back out Vernon. Leaves for Braun. Looking to move, and the foul called on Haley.
Yeah, Braun needs to start getting a bit more aggressive. He's been slowed tonight by that team speed of the Aggies, and that time he was determined to put his head down and go to the bucket. But another 3 for the Aggies in this half, and now they trail by 10.
62-52. The Aggies on top here in the second half, trying to open it up.
Our company's Comfortpedic Inc. We're a local mattress company here. It's a small family business that my dad started. Now we are providing the dorm mattresses to the most recent dorms here at GCU. One of my professors, he was a professor for my junior year, Paul Waterman, he was the one that started everything. Without him, this wouldn't have been possible. I came up with a short presentation, a very quick business pitch. I presented Dr. Gibb with my company history, and he loved it. So first we started with the hotel mattresses. Brett Courtwhite was very helpful, and everything ran smoothly. From there, we began with the dorm mattresses. We asked them what exactly they were looking for in a dorm mattress, and that's when we started to come up with a prototype. We brought in one of the mattresses that GCU currently has. We opened it up. We saw where they needed improvement and what we could do best to maximize a better prototype. And we came up with the mattresses that we have now, and after that everything ran pretty smoothly, thankfully. You can see the community thriving along with GCU, and just the fact that GCU was willing to buy locally from a company that's only 10 minutes away, you can tell that they really want the community to grow with them. I'm very proud to say I'm a Lope, and I tell it to everyone, go to GCU, Lopes up. I'm very, very proud.
Up here, down down the stretch at GCU Arena with just under 12 to go. They have a 10-point lead over the Lopes here on 3TV. I'm Kate Longworth. Well, the Aggies' skills come from literally all over the place. Head coach Paul Weir is from Canada, hails from Canada, and so do 4 of his players. Meanwhile, a couple players from overseas in France, a couple players from the coast, California, and also the Ivory Coast.
Good, and truly is international. The Australian player, to Braun, that was Martin. He stops just inside the arc, doesn't fall. Baker with the rebound.
They're trying to get Braun going. He's 4th in the WAC in scoring, but he can't get off that launch pad tonight. Just 7 points.
Huggins tried to get it out to Baker, picked up by Russell. Russell drives, right hand not there. Keontae Vernon takes a fall.
Well, Russell's attacking that basket. He's got 18 points. He was looking for 20, and Vernon does a nice job using his wheels. We've seen a number of times him following up those plays for dunks. He just couldn't control that basketball and get it in the rim, but he got enough of it now to be able to put it on that baseline, and they've been very good with their baseline out of bounds plays.
Denzel Nudo into Vernon. Finds Russell. Martin. Back to Russell. Near side now off the wing. Down low. Braun pulls down, driving towards the baseline. Back out Russell for 3. Go!
Good basketball that time. Braun didn't force it. Had an opportunity to get past his man. Got a little help from Russell's guy, and he dishes it over to Russell.
Baker's shot misses. Chua with the putback. Foul called on Chua.
And Chua dips his shoulder just enough for Keontae Vernon to be able to sell that to the officials and to get whistled for the foul. But I'll tell you what, this Chua is an absolute stud. This guy's got 7 boards. He's making it look easy tonight against some of these GCU players.
3 on Chua. Braun. Back to Russell. Driving up high off the glass. Vernon can't find it. Russell. Nudo pulls down. Not there, but Braun is.
How about that play by Josh Braun, working right down the middle of that painted area and slamming that one home. Lopes needed those back-to-back buckets.
Paul Weir calls a timeout.
This place is going crazy. I don't think the coaching staff could communicate the play to the court, so decided they wanted to just take some time out. The Havocs are really bringing it tonight.
Nudo, then Josh Braun climbs the ladder.
Nobody puts a body on Braun, and he just goes right to the front of that rim and has just enough hang time to pull that ball down and the rim down, collapsed it just to squeak that one through. But you can see Braun, 9 points tonight. Russell and Braun have been fabulous in the WAC in scoring, but Braun has not been able to get free. That's the speed of those quick defenders that the Aggies have thrown at him tonight.
What do you think of the atmosphere here at GCU Arena? Well, how would you like to experience it? Only 2 more home regular season games after tonight. Be sure to get your basketball tickets now. Great WAC conference tickets still available for Chicago State on the 23rd. Final home game of the regular season on the 25th against UMKC. Remember, GCU Arena, a great place to bring the entire family. Reserve your tickets now by contacting the box office at 602-639-8979 or log on to lopestickets.com. Taylor to his right, Baker. Tied by Russell. Taylor down low. Huggins driving baseline, kicks back out. Jones. Braun called for the foul.
Yeah, reaching in, slapping out that one, got too much wrist as he tried to attack that basketball, and I believe that's going to be the second personal foul on Josh Braun.
Looks like they gave it to Martin. Jones at the line. 59% free throw shooter coming in. Jamario Jones, the junior forward from Memphis. Averaging 10.6 points per game.
He didn't want to go in that basketball game either. Coach Weir wanted to be able to set his defense here after the made free throw, but substituting for the shooter. Jones has been playing hard out there. He said, I'm just heating up, Coach. Don't take me out right now.
So Wilkins comes in. Wilkins and Chua each with 3 personal fouls. Russell moving towards the baseline. Kick back out, bounce pass. Nudo for 3. Not there. Vernon climbs up, grabs a rebound. Fresh 30. Russell wanted the 3, stopping. Not there. Put back attempt. Doesn't go for Vernon. Huggins.
Nice job on the glass by Vernon. He went a couple times. He got 1 rebound and couldn't get the second slam follow to go home.
Chua backing in on Vernon. Loses the handle. Picked up by Martin.
Steals leader in the WAC. Comes up with another one and a big stop for the Lopes.
Nudo pulls down, drives baseline. Back out, right hand, not there.
Kenzo Nudo's being aggressive off that bench, but the speed of the Aggies is, even when you think you've got the defender beat, they recover so quickly, forcing Kenzo into a shot that he would probably rather not have wanted to shoot, but once he jumped in the air, he couldn't find anybody to pass to. Coach Marley coaching him up a bit on that sideline.
Frayer comes in for Nudo. Baker crosses center court. 8:47 and counting, second half. 7-point Aggies lead. Chua. Baker. Baker back out to Wilkins. Looks inside Chua. He's on that real estate turnaround. Heavy, but he gets it again. Foul call.
They're just constantly putting pressure on Keontae Vernon down there. And Vernon does a decent job defensively on the first shot, but he doesn't stay with the box out on the shot. Well, he just kind of relaxes just enough that Chua knows it's coming off on that right side. He's quicker to go after that basketball. That's going to be the 4th personal foul on Keontae Vernon. So once again, he's going to have to be careful not to exit this game early.
We'll take a seat. Darian Clark comes in. Chua 66% from the line coming in.
Hey, Aggies as a team, they shoot 71% from the free throw line versus 67 that the Lopes shoot as a team.
Chancellor Ellis in for Taylor.
A lot of time left in this game, 8-point disadvantage with 8 minutes and 26 seconds to play.
Braun pulls down, drives on Haley. And it goes in for Josh Braun.
Yeah, he's determined now. I think that he realized this is the time where the leaders have to step up and start scoring that basketball game.
Picked off by Russell. Bounce pass, Husker Frayer driving.
A wonderful steal and transition bucket that GCU stole a page out of the Aggies' book tonight, getting a high percentage shot after the turnover.
Aggies holding on to a 4-point lead. Haley, not there. Clark with the rebound. Frayer leaves to Russell. No, takes it. Now to Russell. Aggies drought is 3:57 on the floor. Braun into the paint, pulling back. Haley on the far side. Huggins looking to his right, motioning for Chancellor Ellis to move. Wilkins, Ellis, Wilkins down low, near side. Huggins. Down low, Haley driving. 4-3, Ellis, so open look for 3.
Clark with another board. That was a nice defensive possession by the Lopes. Give Clark 6 rebounds in the game now.
Russell driving, baseline and in!
Well, once was a 10-point lead, down to 2, and Coach Weir seated up. He wants a TO.
6-0 run here by GCU. The lead is down to 2 for New Mexico State.
At GCU, earning your degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. To find your purpose, it takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience in delivering real-world degree programs online. GCU's online class size averages less than 17 students with full-time faculty. Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Call us today at 855-428-7692.
Hey Phoenix, it's Thunder Dan Marley, head coach at Grand Canyon University. Coming to GCU was a great move for me. Join Antelope Nation by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors in small classroom settings where you can get the support you need to excel. Scholarships available. See you on campus. Go Lopes.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening.
I'm Dominique. I'm a student here at Grand Canyon University studying hospitality management. My hospitality courses here are giving me a high-quality education from professors that I know have been successful. Being able to work while I'm in school has enriched my college experience. I feel like I know where I'm going and what I want to do. I've gone through things that can't necessarily be taught, and so that paired with everything that GCU is doing for me, I feel like, is setting me up for success.
How about this? Double-digit scoring for the first time since December 10th against UIC. He's got 12 points in 16 minutes.
He's got a lot of energy tonight, and I love this one right here, just taking it strong to the basket. He's 4 of 6 from the field. He's got himself 6 boards. 2 on the offensive end. I love that one right there because he got that one over Chuha. Went back right up over the top of the big guy. Once you get it going inside, hey, you can even step outside and test your range from distance.
New Mexico State own the paint. They don't have a point in the paint over the last 6 minutes. They still hold the margin 37-26. Their drought is over 5 minutes, 5 seconds. Jones. Don't think they're going away, though. Haley. Baker. Back to Haley. Bounce pass into Chua. His line driving on Martin. Jones called.
Oh, Martin does a wonderful job sliding those feet and giving up his body for his teammates. I mean, you want to win a big basketball game, you need players like Martin to make defensive plays in critical moments. Now GCU's got a chance to take the lead with a 3 tie with a 2.
Jones joins Chua and Wilkins with 3 personal fouls. Frayer, near side, back to Braun. Tied by Ellis. Now Haley comes over, goes to his right. Braun trying to battle Haley. Haley's going to be called.
Yeah, that was a tough one there for Haley to swallow. He was doing a pretty good job moving his feet against a really good offensive player. And I think just that left hand coming out into this chest is what the officials called. He let him get away with the left, but he stuck him back out there a second time with the right. That's when they blew the whistle.
Ellis takes a seat. Huggins back in. Russell driving on Baker. Out to Braun. Frayer.
Even the quick passes, the swing passes, being gobbled up and covered defensively by the Aggies.
So quick. Chua to his right. Russell loses it. Huggins up to Baker. 5.5 and counting. Baker to his right. Out to Jones. Far side to Haley. Haley brings it into the paint. Jones out of bounds.
Both teams with back-to-back turnovers right underneath the basket when you thought they were going to have good advantages to score. Russell with his 2nd turnover, and then the Aggies come down and they make their 11th turnover as a team.
Look at the turnovers, 12-9, New Mexico State. Martin, Braun. Russell. by Jones. Corner, Martin pulled down the three, driving baseline behind his back to Russell. 8, 7, 6, Lopes. Pull up, rebound, not there, but Frayer puts it in off the glass.
He's got for that rebound. I thought he was going to flush in one motion, but the kid's got bongo sticks for legs. He bounced right back up off the floor and finished. We're not in at 65.
8-0 run for the Lopes.
We got Russell with a hand check down there. It's going to be his first personal foul. 15 fouls, so side out of bounds. I think this has been the run that GCU has been wanting here in the second half. They got New Mexico State right now playing a lot of one-on-one basketball, and they're getting some opportunities for second chance points on their end.
Inbound from Baker to Haley. 4.5 and counting. Baker, baseline drive, kicks out, quick passing. Haley, bounce pass, Chua. Out to Baker, looking for three. In and out. Martin. Baker has been lethal from the arc. Quieting the crowds here before. Martin. Braun comes back out, looks for three of his own. Ba-bam!
Well, they got the play they wanted, a down screen. They were able to find Braun on that left wing. He knocked the three down.
Huggins driving down low, Chua. Baker, three. Not there. Jared Martin climbed up and grabbed it. 3:30 and counting.
Well, Martin's got himself a couple big rebounds down the stretch here. That's 4 rebounds in the game. They're going to run that same play again. They're going to try to get Josh Braun coming out of that corner after the pick. Oh, he switched it up. Instead of coming up off the screen on Darren Clark, he went along the baseline and it confused the defender. But look at that one more time. Nice screen by Clark. Brings Braun to the top, and he cans a three. What a change of momentum in this basketball game, and Thunder Dan loves it.
An 11-0 run for GCU. So glad you could tune into this GCU basketball broadcast. Stay with us for the finish.
Hey Phoenix, it's Thunder Dan Marley, head coach at Grand Canyon University. Coming to GCU was a great move for me. Join Antelope Nation by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors in small classroom settings where you can get the support you need to excel. Scholarships available. See you on campus. Go Lopes.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening. Grand Canyon University's newly remodeled golf course is thriving in the heart of Phoenix, featuring over 7,200 yards of expansive tees and tree-lined fairways, signature par 3s, greenside bunkers, premium greens, and a brand new clubhouse and restaurant. Experience a University Championship golf course this summer with great rates as low as $15 available now. Book your tee times at gcugolf.com. GCU is the university that never sleeps, moving at the speed of light. And now GCU is leading in the area of computer science and IT. With over 200 university degree programs across 9 colleges, on campus and online, join the most inventive concept in education today. Fast track options available with courses in cybersecurity, cloud computing, and systems architecture. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/IT.
Back live at GCU Arena. GCU back up on top, 68-65. How about Josh Braun in this second half after 3 in the opening half?
Yeah, it's been wonderful. I think really what it was that got him going was this dunk right here. And after they got that, he decided, I'm going to be a lot more aggressive. He just put his head down. I love the stop, pull up, jumper, and then this one right here comes off that big screen by Darian Clark and gets that 3 to go. So he's got himself now 11 points here in the second half, but it's really been the defensive side which allowed the Lopes to get back into this game. They were really woeful early in the first half, in the first part of the second half.
Aggies were shooting 11 for 14 from the field. Getting high percentage shots around the basket and open three-point looks. Well, they're 11 for 20 now in the half. That means they're 0 for 6 in the field.
Doesn't go for Josh Braun, usually money at the line. Baker to his left, has a little bit of room. Underneath, rips it up.
Martin blocked that shot. Baker thought he was going to get into the body of Martin. And Martin now with the second rejection right around the basket.
Jared Martin into Darian Clark. Oh, he's denied by Chua. Eli Chua.
That kid's a stud.
Man, he's a force.
I like the way he plays the game of basketball. Look at him now.
Look at him in the paint. He owned it. Oh, he lost the handle.
Chuha's upset. He thought he had a defender on his back. He sets a little pick and roll. Look, it's wide open. He goes it just a little too high. He thought Darian Clark got a piece of his wrist. He wasn't able to secure that basketball. He's got the eye of a tiger tonight, Chuha.
2:42 and counting.
I like saying that name, Chuha.
Yeah, I could sense that you did. Russell. Pulls down, Martin's there, leaves it back for Dwayne Russell, driving baseline. Moving inside, Darian Clark off the glass and in.
Darian Clark is playing some basketball, giving 14 points now. Big off, in one. Look at this one here. Russell slits this ball to Clark somehow, and Clark just got swatted. It's not going to be denied the second time.
Fourth personal foul on your guy, Chua.
Oh no, I don't want to see him go out of this game early. It's just been a fantastic job by Chuha in this basketball game. I hate to see him have to sit down early.
14-0 run for GCU. 5 for 5 from the line is Darian Clark.
This is a 55% shooter coming up big.
Wilkins, Huggins looking for three. Off the mark, Braun, Russell. 6-point lead, my goodness, what a swing. New Mexico State looked like they were going to deliver the death blow.
Yes.
GCU came up off the mat.
They were up 10 points.
Braun off the glass, put back, Darian Clark.
Look at the big smile on DC's face. He knows he's doing his darn thing tonight.
Losing my voice trying to talk over this crowd. Wilkins, look out. Rebound, GCU, Russell.
Oh, they can milk a little clock here. If they're smart, they'll work on this 30-second shot clock all the way down before shooting. And of course, Huggins realizes that and fouls. Russell, 75% shooter, puts him on the line. 8-point disadvantage. They need as many ticks on that clock as they can. They want to try to steal this one.
1:29 on the clock.
Darian Clark one more time, and Josh Braun goes back to it. He gets whacked on the wrist, but it was Clark's guy that went and whacked Braun, and he followed him right to the basket like a good player should do.
18-0 run. New Mexico State hasn't scored in 7 minutes, 6 seconds counting. Baker way off the mark.
They're firing wild shots now. Offensively, they've lost all that rhythm they had early in this game.
13-8 margin on offensive rebounds. Baker fouls Russell. Crowd is on its feet.
Hey, Jones can't believe it. What happened? They had it all working. And somehow, much like what happened in the first half when GCU stole the momentum of the game going into the halftime, they stole it again here with about 8 minutes to go, about 8 minutes and 30 seconds to go. They were down 8 points. And I said there was a lot of time left on the clock, and it's been all GCU since that 8-minute, 30-second mark.
It looked like Chua was going to charge Rhett down low. Less than a minute to go. GCU on top, Taylor drives.
Under a minute to go, and they got themselves a 9-point advantage. If they don't turn the ball over and can make their free throws, they should salt this game away. Martin gets it into the hands of Josh Braun. You probably wouldn't want to have anybody else at the line. Yeah, he's wonderful from the line. As you mentioned, he's closing in on 85% from the free throw line. He was the top shooter a year ago, and he's in the top 5 again this year. A year ago in their win, Josh Braun 14 of 17 from the line. GCU up by 10. Baker. Anything but a 3 here, or a foul. Well, it's only the 16th foul, surprisingly enough. GCU's been playing most of this half without committing fouls, so it won't even be free throws. Side out of bounds. You don't want that clock to stop. No more fouls. Make them earn everything. Inbound to Baker from Wilkins. Baker driving off the glass. Not there. Martin looks like he's going to be called again. Martin's in retreat mode, but Baker's just so crafty. He keeps attacking that basket, gets just enough body contact to get the whistle. Baker has been fantastic in his basketball game. He's been constant motion. He's the leading scorer for New Mexico State with 17 points and looking to add to that total. This is exactly what New Mexico State wants, that 42.4 not to move. Clark in for Adu. I think Baker's going to make this, but you better keep Chuha off the glass right now in this position. He's going to be crashing that glass hard. He's already got a double-double with 15 and 10. I got beat last night there coaching a youth team on the free throw line. We didn't get the box out. Gave up the extra possession. Had a 1-point lead at the time, Barry. Just can't let that go. Hurt my heart. I can't let it go. It's been haunting me now for 2 evenings. 77-69, 42.4, locked in. Dwayne Russell on the night, 26 points in 37 minutes. Yeah, he actually got a break tonight, surprisingly enough. Normally he plays 40 minutes. He's averaging 41 minutes in Western Athletic Conference play, and he's been absolutely fantastic. The ability for him to be able to dribble that ball to the right, stop on a dime, let the defender keep moving, and then get a clear look at the basket has been a thing of beauty. It's been his staple this season. You know, the nation's 11th leading scorer is doing his thing tonight. And even over the big 7'2" Bular, he can't even handle a little Mighty Mouse tonight, the way he's got it stuck in automatic. Second chance points in favor of GCU, 17-10. Out rebounding the Aggies, 36-32. Full court press by the Aggies. Don't want to turn this basketball over. Oh, he had to do it, didn't pass it to him. Oh, he got it to Russell. Yeah, they swarmed on Braun, and Russell freed himself up. He had an opportunity to get that ball over to Fifi Adu, who's a 70% shooter, but didn't want to put that young freshman in a tough position and go into that line and shoot these crucial free throws. Got it over to Russell, who's been doing it for 5 seasons. This crowd hasn't been in their seat for the last 10 minutes. Baker. President Mueller looking on. Baker for 3. Not there, but the ever incomparable Eli Chua. That's my guy. Russell, little speed. They can't foul him. They can't catch up to Russell. They finally get him, and he hit him on that hand. I think they popped a knuckle on his finger. So anything to try to slow Russell down as he goes to the line to shoot these free throws. But Russell, with his speed, was able to take an extra 5 to 7 seconds off that shot clock. Oh, no. Your buddy. Oh, no. Chuha's going to have to exit this game. 17 points to go along with 11 rebounds. It's his 12th double-double of the season. You just admire good basketball, and as you mentioned, he's a basketball player.
Yeah, give credit where credit is due. That kid brought his hard hat to GCU Arena tonight. Godfather of Phoenix sports, Jerry Colangelo's got to be loving this one.
Baker driving, looking to shoot from the arc. Taylor does. Big rebound. Russell will knock it out.
Yeah, Russell knew he wasn't going to get it, but he wasn't going to allow the Aggie to grab that ball and lay it back in. He said, I'll swat this ball out of bounds and let's reset our defense.
Is it going to be back-to-back seasons for GCU? Rebound, pushed out. Russell on the run. Back out, swatted by Taylor.
Taylor gave him an extra one at the end there. He wasn't sure if the official's whistle had blown. This place is so loud. So he went and whacked Russell a second time. And I think they're going to give him a technical foul for it. In addition, I don't want to see a game end in a bad way, but Taylor tries to commit the foul, doesn't hear the whistle, and whacks him a second time. And
that was kind of a split-second move.
I think he went to shake his hand, but
yeah, he did.
I think they.
Unless he said something.
Maybe he did. Maybe he
can't
maybe
hear.
he said something. The officials took exception to it, but
from what it looked like,
it's been a tough one for these Aggies tonight. They were rolling. They were up 65 to 57. They've only scored 5 points in the last 8.5 minutes of this basketball game. It's been GCU. A runaway freight train, they just have not been able to stop it. One of the things we talked about was doing it defensively. They didn't do it in the first 12 minutes of that second half, but all of a sudden they turned it on here. They're going to get the victory here. Now you're establishing a rivalry.
That's what I was going to bring up to you. You know, one shot, that's not enough. You've got to back it up.
Yeah, if you get
these guys are the king of the hill.
Yeah, well, Tim Ring called them King Kongs, but the WAC, they've been 33-3 the last 3 basketball seasons, and now all of a sudden it's now the second time in a row GCU's beating at home. So if you're getting smashed by 20 points on a regular basis, the closest you were ever was 17. Now you've won back-to-back games. Now you got yourself a rivalry. GCU's going to be tough to reckon with here in the West.
For the second straight year, GCU has knocked off New Mexico State, 83-71.
And congratulations to all these Lopes players. They did it on the hard way on the defensive end and led to easier opportunities on the offense for them.
Great game between two worthy opponents. The Aggies have now dropped to 8-2 in the Western Athletic Conference, while the Lopes improved to 6-3. Let's send it over to Kate.
Well, late in the second half, the team was trailing by as many as 10, but then you guys went on a 19-0 run. What was fueling the Lopes' success down the stretch?
Well, we started doing a better job defensively. We came out halftime and just were blowing assignments. We're giving them too many layups. They're shooting 80% for a while, which didn't allow us to get out and run. And then once we started getting stopped, we could get out and run a little bit, started attacking. Josh played well, got aggressive. Dwayne, obviously. Darian Clark, been waiting for that for a while. He did really well. So just a great win. It looked a little dire there for a second, but our guys battled.
Everyone stepping up, recognizing the importance of this game. How has a rivalry been established between these two teams over the last couple of years, and what's it mean to this program?
Well, it really hasn't been a rival until we won. And we won, yes, last year, and now we won here. And they're the best team in the WAC. They've proven it year after year. And we want to be the best team in the WAC. So to do that, we have to go through them. I think they see what we got here, and they know we're a good program. And I think it's healthy. I mean, it's good for the league. Bakersfield's another good team, and everybody else in the league is starting to get better. So that's great for the WAC that we have these many teams starting to get better.
All right, congratulations. Enjoy the W. As Dan Marley said, right now through the WAC for the victories, you go through the Aggies, but after these last couple matchups here at GCU Arena, well, I'll tell you what, it's looking like you got to go through the Lopes as well.
Dwayne Russell in his fourth 30-point-plus performance. 31 points for Zero the Hero. We'll be back with our play of the game to wrap things up. 83-71, the Lopes win it.
GCU is the university that never sleeps, moving at the speed of light. And now GCU is leading in the area of computer science and IT. With over 200 university degree programs across 9 colleges, on campus and online, join the most inventive concept in education today. Fast track options available with courses in cybersecurity, cloud computing, and systems architecture. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/IT. At GCU, earning your degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. To find your purpose, it takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience in delivering real-world degree programs online. GCU's online class size averages less than 17 students with full-time faculty and student advisors. Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Call us today at 855-428-7692.
Finding the right college isn't always simple. The choices I make today affect where I'll be tomorrow. That's why I chose Grand Canyon University. Here I'm working toward a greater purpose and a place that feels like home. With scholarships to help me earn my degree, I can graduate in less than 4 years. By attending GCU, Arizona's premier private Christian university, I know I'm not just making the right choice, I'm making the smart choice.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu. Grand Canyon University's newly remodeled golf course is thriving in the heart of Phoenix, featuring over 7,200 yards of expansive tees and tree-lined fairways, signature par 3s, greenside bunkers, premium greens, and a brand new clubhouse and restaurant. Experience a University Championship golf course this summer with great rates as low as $15 available now. Book your tee times at gcugolf.com.
Look at the final stats after the Lopes beat the Aggies 83-71. Field goal percentage in favor of the Lopes, rebounding by 2 in favor of the Lopes. Points in the paint, they cut it because it was a wide margin. 41-32, and the points off of turnovers 20-10. A decisive victory to close it out on a 20-0 run for GCU. Barry and Scott back with you to close things out. This was a statement game they needed to. They got punched in the mouth here to begin the second half, but they somehow put it together. Darian Clark definitely a huge bonus.
Yeah, Darian Clark was wonderful. They found themselves down 10 and down 8 with about 8:30 to go. They went on a wonderful run, 28-5 to finish out the basketball game, and they did it with the defensive end. Coach Marley, nailed it, but said that they just were blowing assignments. They started 11 of 14 in that second half, and then just really put the clamps on. If it wasn't for a couple late baskets later, they would have held them without a field goal down the stretch. But I got to really like the way Darian Clark played this basketball game today. He was really ready to play.
Let's revisit your 3 keys to the game.
Well, I think it was pretty simple. We wanted them to eat cake. It was the turnovers. That was the big difference. Those points off of turnovers were absolutely huge. Cool in the game. They had the attendance tonight was really rocking and rolling and set a new record there with 7,479, and I think that was wonderful. And then one to grow on. We wanted to give you a birthday wish and a birthday gift. It was a good win and a good birthday present for you, my man. Enjoy your special day tomorrow.
Appreciate it. Our player of the game, we chatted with you about DC, Darian Clark, big game.
Yeah, Darian Clark was just constant energy out there on both ends of the floor. I like his ability to be able to set a solid pick for Russell. They got to honor Russell coming off, and he rolls hard to the basket and gets those big slams, but he was doing a good job on the glass tonight as well. Set a new GCU high with 17 points, tying his career high going back to 2013 when he had 17 points at Dayton, but very effective, 6 of 9 from the field, and a 55% shooter. Comes up big from the free throw line in a big game, goes 5 of 5 from the line to go along with those 7 points.
Well, this is really the first little hiccup. I mean, it's back-to-back losses for New Mexico State, losing at Bakersfield, losing here, of course, here this evening. So a little bit of adversity here for a team, and you know that they're going to be right back at it. And maybe those good teams maybe need a little bit of a hiccup to know, hey, we know what we need to do to get back on track.
Well, it gives Coach Weir some ammo in practice to be able to crack the whip and tell these guys that they got to start getting back to the basics and working hard. And for the Lopes, it's a wonderful momentum. You know, they realize they're not eligible for the postseason, but an opportunity now for a 20-win season and go back-to-back 20 wins is absolutely something that all these players, with all the injuries that they've had this year and the quality of basketball opponents they've played, something for them to be very proud of.
All right, the Lopes will hit the road now as they travel after back-to-back victories here on their home court next week for 2 games on Thursday the 16th at Seattle University at 8 p.m., Saturday at 7 p.m. at Utah Valley. Be sure to listen to Michael Potter and Tom Kuiper for those games on KFYI 2, 12:30 a.m. Our next televised GCU men's basketball game, February 23rd, when the Lopes host Trayvon Palmer, Fred Sims Jr., and the Chicago State Cougars. A game on Cox 7 and GCU.TV. The Lopes pregame show with Kate Longworth starts at 6:30 p.m. But that'll do it from here at GCU Arena, where tonight the Lopes beat the Aggies 83-71. Please join us a week from tonight as GCU baseball hosts Oklahoma State. That'll do it for Kate Longworth, Scott Williams, and our entire crew. I'm Barry Butel, wishing you a wonderful evening.